from 24/7 to pretending like I never met you. No, it's all for the best, cause I know we're a mess every time we're together. Going out of my mind, and I wish I could lie, tell you that it gets better. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months where I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I
down. Oh, that's beautiful.
Shot bottom right corner. Opposite Corey, Gio sends it
down. Oh, that's beautiful. City.
Our first inaugural Nick Master, and you can't see him or me, but Kandra. I could not be more excited for this event to have this level of gameplay, this level of competition, this level of casting support, and really everything surrounding it. And I mean, it's also going to be Power's, our new event chairperson's first event. Power, how are you feeling about today?
I am feeling so great about this. I cannot wait to see some of this gameplay. We are going to get an absolute treat tonight. So to bring you guys all in, make sure everyone's on the same page about what is going to be happening for this tournament, what the format is. We essentially reached out to some of the top world-class talent, all of their first rounders, some of the seconds because of scheduling, and we got 4 captains determined. Those captains are Gyro, Tcorrell, Gear, and Jay. So some absolutely crazy talent, and they will be drafting their teams live tonight. And then we will be playing 2 semifinals into a grand final, and it will be all for $100. Very sick show match we got here. And McMaster, what do you think of the talent we got?
Oh, it's loaded top to bottom. You already mentioned the captains, but in addition to that, the pool that we have contains the first ever world champion in Kronovi, not to mention other extremely high level players, not just on the professional level, but on the collegiate level as well. The player pool consists of Soars, Bosco, Taco Stash, Patty, Flying, Kronovi, as mentioned, Peaceful, and Mystical, as well as extremely high level subs in case any players weren't able to make it as well. It is a snake draft, if you will, with Jay being the first captain to pick for the second round, and then he will be the person with the very last pick as well into the third round. The talent is loaded, and we will end up having seeds 1 and 4 up against each other, as well as seeds 2 and 3 against each other.
Really comes down to how well they draft, right? Because there's high level talent, but it's how well they play together as a unit. I think that's what you're going to really see through these captains who can figure out who they play the best with. Otherwise, you're just going to fall. The chemistry's not going to be there because at the end of the day, you draft them immediately, right? So the chemistry instantly has to be there or has to be there beforehand because a lot of these players at the top level have experience playing with one another. So I think it's going to be interesting to see the different drafting styles and maybe people favoring drafting somebody who's lower MMR and CSA, but they favor more, right? It's going to be interesting to see how they build their teams overall.
Yep, and Rob, if you want to tell us, I know this is not our normal CSA style of match. What is CSA?
So, CSA is the league that's going to be putting this all on. All of these players are first round picks or second round picks in our highest tier. So, it is all exclusively players who are actively signed up to play in this season. It's a multi tier league, $1,000 prize pool, a bunch of talent. We even have a little preview here. But as we are a higher level league, our lowest tier seems to be around 1400 right now. Oh no, I'm below that. What is there for me? Another incredible addition to CSA from Power here, our brand new Power Hour, will be for if you say, this 1400 level, it might be a little bit higher than where I'm at right now. I want to get involved. I want to be there. What can I do? Do I get a spot? And don't go anywhere because we have a new developmental league called Power Hour. And I'm just ecstatic that we have a home for everybody. And we will be expanding next season, but don't go anywhere just in case you don't have that spot right now. There will be one for you. Power, you want to talk about that just a little bit?
Yes, it will be basically a mini CSA. I don't want to spoil too much. The server is not public yet. We will have more announcements on that after draft on August 24th. Draft, of course, being on the 24th. Now, we are going to get right into our draft here for this show match tonight. If you could please pull up the draft graphic, and I will be dragging in our first person picking.
I do have my pick.
All right,
Which
and
I do.
the first second round pick. I know it's a little confusing. The first second round pick from Jay is.
I would like to first pick Soares.
All right,
Mike's
and we have
Mike-
Soares picked from Jay. Thank you, Jay, for your pick. Guys, what do we think about that?
No surprise. Soares, an incredibly high level player. It was one of the players I was heavily considering originally to be a captain. No surprise going at number 1, despite this very stacked lineup. I don't find that surprising at all.
I could definitely. There's definitely arguments for other first round or other players to go second round in the first overall, but I think overall Source is a very solid pick, and I think he can be the right pick depending on how well they can play together.
Yeah, that's another thing that comes into question, as you had mentioned, Condro, is the chemistry. Do you know how much of Jay and Soares play together to where that is the most comfortable pick that he can make for this quick little 2-round tournament? If they've played, a ton in the past, regardless of whether you think people are there at that individual level, if you played a lot with Soares, that chemistry is going to be there, and chemistry might be what leads them to a title.
All right, and we have not quite gotten a confirmation from Gear yet that he is ready in his pick, so we're going to just keep waiting on that. We do have quite a bit of time before the first match starts. Rob, how does a player sign up for CSA?
Well, first and foremost, you're going to end up joining our Discord. And at the very, very top of that server, you are going to see a funny little channel that says sign up here. That's going to take you to a Google form you fill out, gives our GM some information. You get to play in some combines, get noticed by some big names, get drafted to the exact same franchises as these guys. You're going to be part of the org that rosters Gyro. You're going to be part of the org that rosters Kronovi. You might be in the GC1 or GC2 division, but getting involved allows you to learn, to grow, and be a part of something that is really, really growing and bigger than ourselves. So if you aren't familiar here, make sure you get in CSA. Signups close tonight at midnight EST. So hurry in. If you aren't in, make sure you get there. This will be your last chance to do so, to sign up as an active player. Chat is saying production turned me up a little bit. I'm trying to speak into my mic as loudly as I can. Hopefully that's coming through. Regardless, yeah, get in CSA. You want to before you miss that opportunity. Season 2 is going to be massive. Any other particular questions about CSA Power that you think we should get out here?
Right now, we do have our number 2 pick in that second round coming in, so we're going to have that first, and then maybe we can look in chat, see if there is any questions for CSA as a whole. Gear, can you please announce your pick?
I'm thinking with this second pick in the draft, we're gonna have to go with Peaceful Come 9.
All
Mr.
right,
Peaceful.
and they choose Peaceful. Condra, what do you think about that? Is that going to be a more deadly team currently than?
I think they're favored. I think they're definitely favored over the Gyrosaur or not Gyrosaurus duo, excuse me, the J-Source duo. But I definitely think like once again, it all comes down how well can these players play together because they're all at that base level where they can all play in the lobby, especially like rank 3s or 6-mans. They can all play in that lobby and look competent. It's about how well they can play together, how well they can make that magic happen on the field together. Otherwise, they're just going to end up looking like another run-of-the-mill solo queue 3s team.
Yes,
We'll
I
see
mean, McMaster, you can probably attest to this as someone who's watched such high pro level gameplay for so long and casted it. How important is chemistry in these like matches where these players probably haven't played as a team ever before?
Oh, goodness, more so than ever. Even just last night, I was taking part in Monday Night Lights. Shout out Mr. Bepek and casting a Collegiate Rocket League matchup. And Indiana Tech just fielded a roster of 2 players from overseas. They had never played here in the States, but yet the chemistry was there offensively. Just about every single goal was assisted upon. And so if you're able to find those teammates early on, link up with them, have confidence that they're going to be in the positions where you need them to be, not only is the offense going to flow, but the defensive rotations are going to be there. If demos come through, there's not going to be a panic in the odd man situation. Team chemistry is, especially at the higher levels, as important as individual skill.
For sure. Rob, is there anything else about CSA that a player signing up should know? Like winner match times? Are they streamed? How many
So
tiers are we going to have?
that's a great point. This season of CSA, we're going to be having 6 different tiers. Matches, no matter what tier you're in, are going to be between 6 to 10 p.m. EST with the ability to be rescheduled every single week as long as both teams agree. And one thing for people to know watching as well is that unfortunately Tcorrell had something come up personal-wise, so he will not be able to make it. Our new captain will actually be the Season 1 World Champion himself, Kronovi. So Kronovi will be replacing Tcorrell as a captain up in that slot, and a wonderful player named Og will be replacing Kronovi in the draft pool to maintain the numbers that we have.
Kandra, what do you think about Kronovi subbing in? I know he's not quite Tkrell, but I mean, he is the mountain.
Yeah, he has that pro experience, that veteran leadership at a higher level. I think, a lot of people think of Kronovi as an old great, but he's still quite good at the video game, better than most likely everyone watching right now, right? So to say that he's only great in the past is a bit disrespectful to his game, in my opinion. It'll be interesting to see who he drafts, though.
We're getting word right now that actually Tcorrell is here.
Yo, Tkrill's here, so they're saying rerun.
Rerun it. All right.
And Source is gone.
All right, hold on. Get Kronovi back in the player list and get.
Sorry, Og.
Sorry, Og. We'll see. Shout out Og, Bryant, Gavalanche, and Mogi for all agreeing to be here with us as our emergency subs if anyone did have something come up. So thank you to them. Also, unbelievable players in their own right. That said, we will be reverting the on-the-fly switch that we were going to be making. So I apologize for any confusion, but Tcorrell will be picking in this slot. Kronovi will be back in a draftable player position, and we will be moving forward as soon as the pick is in. What a shift in energy and pivot that we had to make. How are we feeling about that, Kandra? How do you feel about Tcorrell coming back now?
Yeah, I mean, once again, I was talking a big game for Kronovi maybe 5 seconds ago, but I do think right now Tcorrell is the higher level player. I also think coming in last second, though, he's going to have to figure out who he's going to draft, right? Because you're coming in last second. You don't really have that much time to look at the board. You still have a little bit, but you really have to figure out in your head what type of team you're going to kind of construct with the players already taken in the future.
And Tkrell has just joined. My question is, who are you picking?
I'm going to get Bosco.
And he selects Bosco for that position. I can't wait to see what they do on the field. Very interesting. When we still note that Kronovi is now still on the board, we have that world champion waiting to be drafted. We will see where he ends up. Thank you, Tkrell, for your pick.
You're welcome.
McMaster, what are you making of the team so far? Which one do you think is the most threatening?
I mean, it's hard to say, but it's something I do like from Tcorrell. We were just, questioning whether or not he knew where exactly he was going to go. He came in pretty swiftly and made his pick with confidence. So I'm pretty certain Tcorrell, I mean, obviously these guys play against each other all the time, whether it's in ranked or six-man. They know each other in and out. Tcorrell coming in with that pick for Bosco right away was a solid pick. I love the partnership. Chat's liking it too. And it didn't seem as though the delay in arrival affected Tcorrell's confidence in who he was going to be selecting.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty confident out of him. We'll see if he can take that onto the field and show up. Kandra, what about you? What do you think Gyro's pick is? Like, honestly, he has still so many options here. Kronovi's still on the board. Who do you think he goes for?
Yeah, I could definitely see Kronovi going here. You get that duo, somebody with a lot of experience, but I could also see someone like Patty or somebody like Mystical going right here on the, not necessarily to come up, but they've been here for a while. They have also that experience, but they also are a little bit more engaged with the modern game. So it's going to be interesting to see what he decides to go with here and how he plans to build his team, because I think the first pick determines the second pick. I think if he goes Kronovi, then he might go Flying. But if he goes Patty, then I think he goes Mystical, right? So it's interesting to see how he decides to form his team out here, because he does have back-to-back.
Yes, that is an interesting point. We do see the first back-to-back, and we do note that this is a snake draft, so Jay will be rounding out his last player in that third spot of the third round. Will be interesting to see who falls to him. He, of course, won't actually be picking that teammate, so that's another thing to note. That teammate is just going to be auto-slotted in, whoever has not been picked yet. Very interesting stuff. Rob, what else does CSA have to offer? I know we're a league where, it's a draft league. We compete every so often. But what makes CSA special?
Things that make CSA different than everywhere else is that we really prioritize streamed games no matter what division you're in. If you're in the lowest division, the highest division, you're getting at least one of your matches streamed every week or two. You can tell your friends, hey, I'm here. Watch these guys cast my games. Watch me in this thing that I'm passionate about, I've put work into, that my friends and family have watched me get better and better at, play for orgs. Maybe they haven't been able to watch you stream before, now they can. And before moving too quickly, I would also like to give Tcorrell a shout out for his rematch success. He was part of an organization called Finesse with some wonderful players, most notably like Wallaby Gangsta and Nomdoms. But really cool that he stepped into that space, found the success that he did, and is back in rematch with us. But Power, take us away with moving forward.
Speaking of stepping in, we have now our last person to pick their teammate. Gyro, who are you going to be selecting? You have back-to-back picks. You can either announce them both now or take a little bit more time in between.
Why not? I'll just like announce it now, yeah.
All right, go for it.
So my first pick, I'm gonna go with Patty. It's a good kid, so I'd like to have Patty. And my second pick was a bit tough. I don't know who to pick between, but I think I'm just gonna go with Flying. I think Flying will be fun to play with, of
All right, thank you so much, Gyro, for your pick.
course.
And that is our first full team that we see formed. Gyro, Patty, and Flying will be taking to the field. That will be a very interesting thing. They do play first. It will be 1 and 4 playing first. So we will see Gyro's team take on Jay's team. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer to see their full team. McMaster, what are your thoughts on the first full team?
So I'm mildly biased because Patty is representing Akron, which is in my backyard, representing the 3-3-0. So I love the pick of Patty personally. Gyro was obviously just left with a really tough choice. I mean, every single decision is difficult to make, but Gyro's got his full team. Him, Patty, and Flying are looking to make a difference. I'm just really curious where Tcorrell is going to go next. Contra, you had mentioned that if it was going to be Patty, it was probably going to be Mystical. You thought it'd be Kronovi Flying as a pairing. That's split up. Where do you see the rest of the players falling?
For me personally, I think Kronovi goes next here, but we're gonna find out. Tcorrell, with your pick, who do you select?
I'm gonna take the season 1 world champ. Give me Crow.
And finally, we see the world champ fall. Thank you so much for your pick. I can't wait to see these guys on the field.
No problem.
That team looks crazy.
To be fair, Rob, which team up here doesn't?
Okay, that's very fair. But let's say that you have been out of the Rocket League esports scene for a while, and you walk up and you see, wow, this is a show match for some draft league that has Tcorrell and Kronovi on the same team, right? In terms just of name power and the most recognizable people and faces in the scene, that has to be two of the most famous three that I could imagine. And just I mean, for me, I'm gonna be rooting for him personally. I'm a big fan of a lot of the old style of play and old players. As you know, I'm kind of unk. I'm like 26, and
Same here.
I'm just a big fan. I'm gonna be pulling for this team. I think they're crazy. I don't know how they're gonna stock up against some of these really high level newer players, right? That are unbelievably mechanical. But it's gonna be really fun to watch them play some unk ball and go crazy.
Yep, and now we have our final pick, which will effectively determine the next two. Gear, who do you have for us out of the final two?
Oh man, this is tough. But think I have to take Augstown to South Beach. I have to take
All
Aug here.
right. Thank you so much, Gear, for your pick. And that will do it. That will determine all of the teams. We are going to get on the field in just 5 minutes now. Give them a little bit of time to at least get their team together, talk to the players. Because, like we said, this is such a quick turnaround, right? You immediately draft your team. Now you're forced to play. Kandra, what adjustments will they have to make?
Adjustments, I mean, when you see these top level players come together, you kind of immediately can tell the vibes. Somebody kind of steps up as that, maybe not comms leader, but at least that like a emotional leader where they're speaking, they're talking to the players, they're making sure everybody feels okay, making jokes, right? You can kind of feel usually it comes in the form of a captain role, but sometimes it could just be a random player on the team, right? It really just depends on their personality and how well they link up.
Yeah, McMaster, what do you think?
Well, I'm looking at the way it was wrapped up, and Taco Stash was originally one of the players that was on the draft list, and Og came in as the emergency sub for that spot, and instead it is Og not going last, going in front of Mystical. I would think that that is going to fuel the fire underneath Mystical. I expect him to try to come out as hot as possible and just try lighting up the field. There's no better motivation than being, as Chatter referencing it, Mr. Irrelevant here, but out of all these players, is there really such thing as a Mr. Irrelevant that no matter who was going to go last, you're going to look at that and say, were they really meant to go last?
And
Yeah.
in a draft like this, going last as the player isn't exactly an insult, but it also is kind of helpful given that your players beforehand were picking higher, right? Or taken higher, rather. So being Mr. Irrelevant really can be a good thing in this draft. It can kind of superpower your team here in a way that other captains don't have the opportunity to do.
For sure. Rob, we're going to give you the mic one last time quickly before you get into this. Players are going to be joining up lobby so soon. Is there anything else you want to say about CSA before we get underway?
This is less about CSA and it's much more about the people who make it what it is. Thank you to all of our players, not just the ones that are playing in this show match and giving us a chance, but to everyone in the chat, all of the viewers, all of the people who are part of this community, from you, Power, as our new events chairperson, to McMaster as one of our casters, to me being here. This league and this showcase and everything that we do would never be possible without every single person caring about it as much as they do, putting it in front of other parts of their life, prioritizing it, really making it a passion. And I wanted to just say a real, genuine, heartfelt thank you to everyone who's helped us get here. We'll continue to grow. We'll continue to only improve. You're not going to want to miss what we got. And so hop on while you're here. Let's see where this crazy ride of CSA can take us. And let's get into some games, man. This should be an unbelievable night of Rocket League, and I cannot wait to see how it goes.
Yes, for sure. And I will be handing it off as well now to Kandra and McMaster for the cast. As we saw earlier, the bracket flashed a little bit. We'll bring it up again here just so everyone's aware of where we're going to be heading tonight. First match starts at 7:15 Eastern. That will be Team Gyro versus Team J. After that, they will make their way into the grand finals, and then the follow-up match should start around 8 Eastern, and that will be Team Tcorrell versus Team Gear. We will see which person ends up making their way into these grand finals. McMaster and Kandra, you guys take it away and make some predictions. I want to know, who do you guys got winning this?
Well, we're both going to try to speak over each other, I think. All right, I'll take it
Yeah, we're
first.
too terrified.
All right, so first, again, we'll look at Gyro, Patty, and Flying. That is just a ridiculous roster. Going back-to-back on the picks is a nice thing here, especially when it's only a 4-team, format that we have. As for Jay, having Soars right away as the first pick, he was extremely confident in taking Soars, and has Mystical, who is someone who I would honestly say we didn't expect to drop down to the final pick. You could flip a coin on these two. You could flip a coin on every game. I am going to take Gyro, Patty, and Flying out of the pure bias that I'm from Akron, and Patty goes, Patty's an Akron resident. Go Zips.
Yeah. I'm a little unconfident who to pick here, but something I am confident in, if Mystical hits one clip on Gyro, we are seeing that on TikTok immediately. We talked about, Kronovi, Tcorrell being some of the more recognizable faces in this Rocket League community. Let's talk about some of the new blood, all right? Let's talk about some new gens. Mystical on TikTok, huge on TikTok. right? If we see one clip, especially with us casting over it, that's going straight to the TikTok. It's getting 50K likes and people are calling Gyro washed, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see that. But I know what, I'll go, just because I've said all that, I'll go with the J team here of J, Swords, and Mystical. I think they can pull it out.
Who do we have winning that grand finals?
Oh, jeez.
I'll put you on the spot here.
Man, how do you even pick when none of the matches have been decided yet? I mean, it's hard to go against the experience that Tcorrell, Crow, and Bosco have, because again, you know, Kronovi has the experience, knows what it takes to win everything, frankly. Your Peaceful Og, loaded roster, all these teams are extremely good. I struggle to even try to make a prediction before we get through a match, but you know what? I'm going to say that the winner of this upcoming Gyro and J match will end up taking it.
Know what? I'll go J. I'll go J just because I've predicted them to win once, so it's just easier for me overall. If I had to pick a second team, though, I would probably pick that Team Tcorrell team. I think they're pretty high-powered over there. I think they also have a lot of experience under their belt. They're not going to get nervous on stream in front of a huge broadcast, right? They've been here before. They've played in fun little show matches. But at the end of the day, it's just a tournament to show their talent, you know. There's a prize pool, which is pretty nice for the players. But at the end of the day, it is a bit of a fun tournament, right? So they shouldn't feel too nervous or shouldn't beat themselves up over a loss here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's one of those things where these players have played in such higher level lobbies so often where they're basically unfazed by this. This is just another day. This is like a Sunday league for them. They're just here to have fun, get a little cash on the side. And I do wonder, some of the new blood might not think that this might be a little bit more top tier on, you know, on the end of the top tier tournaments that they play in. Do you think that will play a role here in who comes out on top, McMaster?
I mean, maybe. Again, with this being a show match, yes, there is money on the line, but I think this is going to be a really good time to showcase your talent, and this is a good way to, you know, kind of scout out what what players you're going to want to look out for the entirety of the rest of the league. For instance, he's not in this group tonight, but when it came to World Class last season, Bryant was an absolute dog. He transferred mid-season, ended up winning not just the finals, but also got MVP as well. Played exceedingly well. So there's guys here that are going to want to be scouted out, whether they're captains or not. Players underneath them are going to want to be ready for it. This is all about just figuring out where exactly you sit in the league and how you want to set yourself up once the season actually starts.
Yeah, for sure.
And the match is about to get underway. I will be leaving
Sorry,
you guys.
Condra.
I'll see you after the match. Good luck to all the players.
Let's dive right in, shall we, Condra? I'm excited to be back on the mic with you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Right off kickoff, it is neutral, and Pat is going to take it. Intercepted by Jay. And right away, who else other than Mystical to get the first on the board for Team J?
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant looking real relevant now as he gets the first goal of the tournament immediately past flying. He didn't make contact with him. Mystical's going to punish that every single day as they get the 1-goal lead.
That's a hot start coming through from Team J. A mere 8 seconds in before they were able to strike, and now Team Gyro is left trying to answer. It'll be Mystical up top. Sidewall reset, not going to be accurate this time around. It is Patty. Up next, Gyro the follow, and it is all gas, no brakes to start us off.
Yeah, Mystical, a bit of a mistouch there. Wasn't able to get back with the reset. Patty puts it on target and soars. He wasn't able to trap the ball there. Wasn't able to keep it next to his car. And Gyro just finds the back of the net with some nice positioning there to tie up the game.
Fantastic stuff coming through on the side of Team Gyro. Kickoff's going to find its way towards Patty. Does get bumped off the ball, even though he collected the boost. And now Soares looks for a solo effort. Reset off the ceiling, not going to come through. Mystical with an opportunity to try to set up a clip for his TikTok. Also will not come through, and his flying has a routine clear back downfield. Soares to collect. Boost in the tank up against Gyro. Around one. Patty's out of position, but his position doesn't matter because he gets removed from the field of play, and the lead belongs to Jay once more.
And you see that Soares flip, it just gets around Gyro. There goes over and under the car of Gyro. He wasn't able to find the ball, wasn't able to find the player, and then Jay upfield manhunting. Soares finds the open net at the end of the play. Up a goal to the better.
Off kickoff, flying. 50 into the corner, no shot there. Soares to send back downfield. Gyro will receive with boost, pops up high. Not going to be red this time. Pass infield, does find Patty. light touch, trying to find another teammate, but instead it's Jay with pace and precision, bringing it back down into the blue half. Flying, doing what he can defensively. Jay has boost, but he's beat over the top by Flying. Soars maintaining the possession in the blue half. And so far, again, it just has been all offense and limited defense on both sides, but that has benefited Team J. However, it may not benefit from here. Flying cannot find the angle.
Yeah, Gyro trying to keep the attack alive though. 100 boost to his name, just tries to put it on target, but Mystical will have it away. And you can see Blue starting to develop that pressure, starting to box them in, but Soars getting them out with a nice flick, a passing play, outlet pass. Can he get that on target? No, the pre-flip doesn't come through. Patty to the corner, Soars across net, Flying just has to take it away. Gyro now unable to make contact, but Jay's bumped off the ball. Mystical dives on it into the air, one touch. What can he do with it? Just to the backward. Flying, playing it low. Patty now up, gets it over, and we can see back and forth gameplay. Nobody able to get a foothold in the other half. Just as I say that, a big save comes through. Jay now on the other end.
Want to catch and want to pop, trying to set up Soars, and does so successfully. The delayed flick as Jay was able to make the catch, just set him up so beautifully. Great initial touch, pop up. Patty is not in the right position, and Soars is going to send that home.
Yeah, some nice passing from Orange Team here to get out of defense. Those outlet passes so important to stop the challenges. You know, it forces Blue to start faking challenges. It forces them to hesitate if they can actually dive on a ball, because you can see right there, Jay fakes it under, gets the flick over, and it prevents anybody from challenging. Soars finding the back of the net, top corner. Some great passing coming out from Orange.
Here comes Mystical, though, back on the attack over the top of two. No double found, but Jay is there once more. The offense from Team J looking untouchable as we approach the halfway point of Game 1.
Yeah, we were talking about drafting for chemistry. Jay, the captain there, finding the back of the net, and it just seems like they're all on the same page on who's passing, who's shooting, who's going for the demo, at what time, what's the plan, are they going to take a 50? It just seems like they have it all figured out right now, and Blue right now is trying to figure out themselves how they're going to stop them and how they're going to prevent this offense from keep flourishing.
One of the problems that currently Team Gyro is facing is the fact that they've been locked into their half for a substantial amount of time. The possession time really adding up in favor of Team J. They're once again on the prowl, trying to find a centering pass as Mystical, but no one is available. Touch goes long. Good pass from Mystical to Jay. No 50 allotted to him, but Soares continues the possession once more. Jay's trying to intercept Gyro. Instead, it's Mystical to follow, but he gets bumped off the ball. Waterfall opportunity, in and out, save for Flying.
Yeah, but once again, they're getting boxed in. Soares now taking his time with it, looks for the flip reset under, goes back into the air. Everybody jumping, everybody going. Gyro now 50, down to Soares. Mystical, what a pass and what a shot. The pre-flip coming through to pop it over the defense.
For a moment, I thought that was a team save, not a redirect. Somehow, Soares gets the perfect touch to get around two defenders. 5-1. Team J are cooking at the moment.
Yeah, this is definitely going on the TikTok so far if Gyro can't do anything about it. Or Flying, or Patty. Flying now looking for the pass to the left, but no one really there. They're trying to form some plays, some counterattacks, but right now it just doesn't seem to work out.
Flying now trying to get a centering pass. It's Jay intercept. Gyro's got no boost, can't get to the ball first, and Jay does have the sidewall double. Good read to clear it all the way back downfield, where Flying will have to reset the offense once more. Touch off the ceiling towards the infield, and the pitch with Patty! What is that?
Well, that's a statement to get back into the game right there. The pitch passing play.
199
wow.
kph?
That is a perfect pinch. That might be the most perfect pinch I've ever seen of a team pinch. 199? Oh my goodness. That is unsavable, unstoppable power, and that's a way to get back into the game, at least mentally. Now Patty looking for one more, can't get it. Gyro just fakes it out for Flying, tries to take his time with it, 0 boost, trying to force a 50. Now Gyro pass out to Patty, but Patty can't get it around Soares. Soares now looks for it. Left side, Mystical pre-jumping, but it doesn't work out. So Blue starting to get some pressure, but just as I say that, a pre-jump from Gyro relieves all the pressure for Orange. They get back on offense, and it looks like they're going to keep it.
Yeah, they've done well to not allow that pinch goal to be a momentum builder for Team Gyro. Team J have definitely shut things down, and their passes are working so well. Jay's going to double down. What a save from behind from Flying with the chase down block. Now pass back over towards Mystical. Looks to set up over towards the sidewall. Just taking his time, taking boost, and now taking space. Up against Patty. It goes over the top of one. Flying, no more boost in the tank. Beats the ball by Soares. Jay the shot, 6-2, not quite on target. And we will continue on, but there's under 40 seconds left. This one might just be over. All right, can't just me. I'm going to take it back. Up top
Yeah,
is
that's a good
Source, limited
idea.
boost in the tank. Hey, all good, brother. I got you. Flying, no extra touch. Jay's going to take it in the corner. Mystical to go even faster. Limited boost, and Gyro is just trying to bump from behind. Mystical still gets there for the dunk. Out in front for Jay. Light save, and Gyro gets an extra touch on the light pre-jump. Source now with limited time is just going to waste all the seconds off of the clock. This game is done and dusted. The highlight reel goal does not matter, and it is a dominant victory for Team J.
And you saw that passing at the end there. They could pull that out at any time, but the passing is caused by this solo playability. All three of these players have high solo playability. We saw it from Soares. He took it all the way to the line. Then once it got to the line, they're able to clear it, but then the passing play comes through to really finish the play off, find the goal. Just some advice, if you ever decide to become a caster, never have chihuahuas as the pet of choice. They're quite loud. And they can be quite annoying on a broadcast where you're trying your best not to be annoying, right? So never have chihuahuas.
That is a hilarious note. I will take note of that and keep that close to the heart. Regardless of that, Team J showed up early and they showed off. That was an incredible showing. Regardless of the pinch play that came through on the side of Team Gyro, Soares was just a source of everything this game. Had a hat trick of goals, a hat trick of saves. Mystical and Jay were just setting up everyone else in the meantime. Everyone did their part. It really hard to pick anything that Team J did wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, Soares proving that he deserved that first overall pick. I said it on the broadcast. I think there was an argument for other players to be that, or I should say, first overall of the second round. Essentially the first overall pick. I said it on the broadcast. There's other players that you could have argued for that spot, but Soares flying high and flying past the defense, as we're going to see here. Patty takes it away, tries to get the air dribble past Mystical. Can't do so because Jay is on the play. Now it's going to be Gyro trying to challenge. Unable to make contact, and Gyro hasn't had that instant impact that you would expect out of, being Gyro. Flying now, trying to find the back of the net. Mystical has it safe. Low boost, though. This is much better from Blue.
And now Flying has an opportunity. Ends up trying to fake Mystical, but is unsuccessful. Mystical will be overcommitted because of that. 3-on-2 opportunity for the time being. Mystical from behind does have a great challenge and a great psycho read as well to get the ball cleared, but only as far as Gyro. Fakes the reset underneath. On the wave dash, gets a 50 against Soares, but Jay will have the clear up top. Solid possession maintained by Team Gyro. Can they punish the defense? However, at the moment, they cannot. The defense from Team J standing up strong.
Yeah, not just the offense. The defense has been so resourceful at times on low boost, finding each other, making touches that lead into low 50s, providing time for their teammates. They're hyper aware of where each other are on the field, it feels, as they find each other constantly. Now Soares finding himself onto offense. Patty tries to take time with it. 100 boost, takes it to the wall. What can he do? Just challenged immediately, though. Jay now to the right side, passes it to Soares, who gets it past one. Gyro looking to make some instant impact, but Mystical has it around, and this challenge game from Jay so far has been good, but still looking for a goal. Soares on target. Gyro has it saved.
Great defensive stand there by Team Gyro, and the sidewall double does find its way towards Flying. Goes back towards Patty. Wins a challenge against Soares. Gyro's trying to get the double, but Mystical just giving him no space to breathe on that opportunity. Centered out once more. Soares, a light touch, boost to work with. 50 is going to go straight down in front of net. Another clear from Mystical. The defense of Team J this time being the story of the match. Last game, it was their offense. This time around, it is on the other side of the field that they are showing up and showing out, but they still have yet to convert it into offense of their own as Soares sends it up towards the ceiling. Flying's going to be there first. It is a pass, but there is no teammate to receive it, and unlike last game, we are deadlocked at 0 through just about half this game.
Yeah, it feels like Team Gyro has woken up a little bit, right? They're doing much better at preventing shot opportunities. Last game, Team J had 15 shots. This game, they're only at 3, doing a much better job of preventing the offense from getting multiple opportunities. Once one shot comes, they swat it away. They can't get any more opportunities. They take away their possession and turn it into offense, as we're going to see Soares try to get past Flying here, but it's going to be Gyro. Takes it left corner, pass 1, pass 2, no. Denied by Jay. Soares now just diving on it. Flying, good demo play. Runs through Patty off target, though. Needed to find the back of the net.
That is a brutal inaccuracy. It was a wide open shooting opportunity for Team Gyro, but instead it might go against him. The pass down from Mystical does find Soares, but he can't quite find the angle of the pass, just coming through with a little bit too much heat. Now with 2 minutes to go, Mystical and company look to start up some offense in the blue half. It's shut down right away, and a team bump actually comes through. Patty limited on boost is going to leave for Gyro. Pass towards Patty off the backboard. The give and go is beautiful.
Man, what a passing play. That takes one out of Jay's book. Gyro to Patty, back to Gyro, and it was all caused by a little inaccuracy on the comms. Jay bumping out Soars is going to cause that goal in the end. Soars would have had a free touch if not. It seems like the communication's breaking down just the slightest amount for Team Jay.
You know that Team Gyro are going to be wanting to find more goals as well, and they might just have one here. Flying to the backboard, no rebound opportunity, but a 1-goal lead is just simply not safe enough in this game and in this format, especially after you just saw Team J put up 5. You would expect more from Team Gyro. They are pushing on offense still with only a minute 30 to go. It might be Gyro with another, but he gets bumped off the play. Soares trying to dribble around the offense of Team Gyro, but it is just not working at present as Gyro looks to go from the skies. Pass out towards Patty. No bump. Patty not quite on the double. Flying with the shot. Jay's got no boost and no chance.
Yeah, they've really done a good job of boxing in this Team J defense. You know, they can't find those passing plays. If they can't reach the ball, the bumps coming through, the shots look good. Taking time on their shots, right? We saw from Patty earlier. Place it off the back wall to Gyro instead of just taking the shot himself. It seems like Team J's often playing the shot. So if that passing starts coming through, it starts making Team J question what they're doing on defense, and then on offense they need to start finding the ball more. They need to start keeping possession like they did so well in game 1. Otherwise it's going to be a tied series.
So you mentioned earlier, right around the halfway point in this game, that Team J was at 3 total shots compared to however many they had last game. That is still the number. In the last minute and a half plus, they haven't been able to find anything, but there's Caster Curse number 1 of the night. Team J are on the board.
Yeah, and what a pass for Mystical here. A really nice pinch around Flying. He did not expect Mystical to get that much power. Jay was there the whole way, understood that the ball did come mid. It was him to shoot it, and he does so, cutting the lead in half.
They are now within striking range, and Mystical is going to be searching for more, but his touch goes long, finds its way right into the hands of Patty, who's trying to set up Flying. They link up, and it's only Soares left back. Patty now on the 50, goes up high. Gyro, the only one left to challenge, gets a reset, but the touch gets away from him. All he can do is try to 50 the ball away from Jay, which he has done. Mystical, one touch, intercepted by Flying in midfield. Mystical again now, from the sidewall, trying to go to the house. No one is left in defense. We are tied.
And you can see that demo game start to come through. Jay looking upfield, finds Gyro on the back wall. All of a sudden, Patty has to play both the shot and the back wall. Can't do both. Soares finds the open net on the other end. A full 3-man play from Team J to tie it up in the final moments.
We'll see if anyone's able to take this in regulation. There is still enough time for it. Patty looks to play control and possession. A round 1 on the fake, does not get it by Soares, and Gyro will have a neutral 50 up against Soares as well. Infield pass towards Jay, intercepted by Flying. Down in the corner, boost taken, centered out. 2 players commit on defense. Jay's just looking to take a shot on his own, but Patty has the clear, albeit temporarily. Mystical keeping it up. Flying will take the 50. No one's going to keep it up, and this is overtime number 1 of the event.
Yeah, it feels like Team Gyro, they can't get boxed in on defense, because when they do, they start double committing. They start both committing on the same play over and over and over again. And it just feels like it's a matter of time till they're scored on. They need to find this ball out of defense immediately. It's going to be Gyro. He tries to get it past. Mystical takes it back with 100 boost. Takes time with it as well, just playing the 50, plays it past Flying. Patty's gonna be there, looks one more, what a touch to get it around the defense, but Mystical cuts through, able to prevent the passing play from really coming out in full effect. Now it's gonna be Soares on the other end, he wins a 50. Jay now just looks for the boost steal, it's gonna be Flying. Right side to Patty. 50 comes through midfield, Mystical unable to make contact with it. Now Soares up into the air. Jay looks for the dunk, can't get it, and we can see this back and forth gameplay, passes coming through, nobody able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, but right now it is all pressure for Team J. A shot comes through from Soares, but Gyro has it red. Mystical trying to set it up towards net once more. Flying one touch. Jay has a shot. Saved. Close call for Patty. Now Flying in transition. Up against Mystical. The reset. Cannot get around him. Patty's not there in time for the rebound. High quality opportunity for Team Gyro to get their first game of the series. Now might go back against them. Soares hard off the backboard. That's going to go all the way back downfield where Mystical will have to reset.
Yeah, this is a bit awkward, but Jay's done so well there to get such a nice touch. Now it's going to be Jay again, looking left side, Flying, little low boost, but He's able to get the touch off the ceiling. Patty now shot on target. Soares has it saved. The goal line defense holding strong so far. Gyro now looks for the pop. Soares and Mystical both committing a fake. Now Jay from the back wall, no. Unable to find the contact. Could have been the game finisher, the icer. But now it's going to be Gyro. 100 boost. Can he ice the game? He goes high. Jay denies him. Back and forth gameplay, but nobody able to find the back of the net once again.
Patty has a shot. 2 players have to come in for that save, and the touch from Flying goes awry. Gyro is forced all the way back to his own corner because of it, but it gives Mystical an opportunity that Gyro is not willing to let him take. Off the sidewall now. Patty's going to clear downfield. Does have Gyro looking for a redirect. Fakes out in front. It's so awkward for the defense. Soares somehow keeps it out. And now here come Team J. Mystical on the pop. Gyro to save towards the backboard once more. Light touch. Takes this time around Soares. Patty going to go up next against Jay. Clear back down to the orange half. We have played half of an extra game here in overtime. Both teams with opportunities, neither able to capitalize.
Yeah, Team Gyro seems like they're prioritizing just moving the ball forward, getting it into the offensive half, the offensive third even, just to keep the ball moving, have shot opportunities, never get boxed in though. That's the most important thing it feels like they're playing for. Now Soares takes it away from Mystical, a nice passing play, but Gyro, 100 boost to the left wall, looks to follow with the 50. Jay wins it out, but it's low, so Patty can have it as, oh no, it looks like a DC from Flying, and Soares is going to find the back of the net.
What in the world happened with poor Flying there?
Oh no.
Well, that's certainly interesting.
Huh. Well, that's a tough one to lose there, but you did lose it, and it does count, unfortunately. But good news for Team Gyro, they were able to find more shots in that game, way more shots than they did last game. Everybody getting a piece of the pie, very much in this series, but very unfortunate what occurred there in OT and 2 minutes in. Yikes.
You know, one of the things to note about that is, you know, in particular with what just happened there was, you know, they played so well. Team Gyro had so many offensive opportunities, and then it just takes one single moment for that to end up falling through. That was brutal. Man, not really sure what else to say about it other than now you're stuck down in a deficit in this series.
Yeah. Tough stuff. Tough stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, I believe we're going to be. Let's see. Are we taking? Yeah. I believe we're going to be heading to a quick break. Is mid-series break exactly? Just making sure that I have that correct. All right. All right. I guess we're going on a quick break mid-series. Sorry about that, guys. I'm McMaster. That's Conjure. We're going to be co-casting the entire night. We will be back shortly. What up, AK? Yeah. Well, I'm just on the stream. It's got your game right now
Right, you guys got
as
this.
the scene. Yeah. Just cut to me.
Just cut to
Yeah.
us. Yup.
What up, guys? We're back. So, there were a couple things. One, there was audio issues going on with the stream. You know, casters could not be heard during the replay scene, so we wanted to make sure that we had that sorted out. That is now taken care of. But in addition, we're actually going to be resetting that previous game. And the overtime is going to happen again because of the DC that took place with flying. So, in reality, this is 1-1. It's 1-0 in the series. This is game 2 overtime that we're playing out to see who goes up 2-0. Conjure, between the pinch and this DC circumstance, can we have any more chaos?
I don't think we can. I mean, maybe, you know, my dogs start barking again. That might add some chaos, but for the most part, I don't think so. Some great sportsmanship from both teams here, you know, willing to go back to the OT, play it back. It really was up to them if they were both okay with it. They were, which is nice to see, just, you know, in general in Rocket League, nice to see players. But it's a golden goal opportunity for Game 2, and this is a very strange circumstance, right? You're coming back into the game. You're a little cold now because you haven't warmed up to the game, but first goal wins.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, you know, a golden goal situation end up being reset because of the DC, and who knows just how long this overtime is going to end up lasting, because we did have pretty long stretches in that last game of neither team scoring. We had the overtime that, you know, was 2.5+ minutes. It took 2.5+ minutes for the first goal to be scored in regulation. I'm interested to see just how this one plays out, but at the moment, it is Team Gyro looking to play offense. Flying will leave it for Patty, but Jay is just going to take control. Patty ends up leaving it for Flying. Good comps coming through, and it'll be Flying to take it through. The man who DC'd flips the goal and the game to tie the series.
I mean, what a solo play. Fakes right, goes bottom left. Nobody ready on the back wall. Nobody ready on the ground. He takes it past the entire defense there to take game 2 and really tie up the series here. What could have been a huge game going the other way, you know, match point, the DC happening. And now, you know, you take game 2. It's 1-1. Everybody with comically low scores. Can't wait for that to be posted somewhere. But, you know, big game win.
Yeah, that is massive. You know, in a big turnaround, and of all the people to score, it was Flying, the player who had disconnected in the original game 2. That's just pure cinema right there. But thankfully, now we can get fully back into the flow of things, and who knows, maybe this is a big momentum shift for Gyro. Now they were able to take that game back. You know, Team J thought they were going on to triple match point and were possibly going to sweep. Now instead, it's a tied series. Gyro coming off of a quick overtime win. We'll see how things play out, but this could be a crucial turning point in the series.
Yeah, and on the side of Team J, you know, you got game 1, game 2, bit shaky, weren't able to get it there, and now, you know, you're on the back foot, you have to figure it all out again. Do you think the mental starts to worsen, right, over time? Or do you think they keep finding those passing plays? It looks like they're gonna. Soars midfield, no, denied by Flying. The defense figuring it out on Team Gyro. Now it's gonna be Mystical. Looks one more across the field, right side. Gyro just takes it away, booms the ball. Soars takes time with it. Gyro there, 100 boost grabbed. Takes it down to Flying. Some nice passing coming through on defense to really nullify the offense. And you can see here, Team Gyro figuring it out.
Yeah, Patty with a nice sidewall double. It's going to set up Flying, and the bumps from Gyro are too much to handle on the side of Team J. Physical play is starting to come through on the side of Team Gyro. Might we expect some more of this?
I think you can. I mean, the physical plays last game were a huge factor. We saw it before. Patty to Gyro, back to Patty. Gyro now finding the bump, and it's going to be Flying finding the back of the net.
Okay,
and overall,
oh, sorry.
you can see, overall, you can see the offense right now for Team J has been a little lackluster. They haven't been able to find each other as well. Mystical fakes it out. Jay's going to be there. Shot on target and in. Flying unable to reach it across the bar.
Yeah, and I don't think any disconnects can be claimed on this goal in particular. He was bumped by Soares and just trying to hustle his way back, got caught up just on the corner, thought he had more space on the backboard, and that'll be a tied ball game. Maybe that'll be the first domino to fall in favor of Team J. As you had said, the offense has been faltering just a bit. They would love to get back to that Game 1 form, but it all starts with one goal, and it might be a second right away, but Mystical is not going to be able to challenge early. Instead, faked it to put the defense out of position, but Gyro has it covered.
Yeah, and once again, another Mystical fake. I'm wondering if we're going to see more of that. He's been faking these mechie plays. He's been denying, because they've been pre-jumping him the entire game. Game 1 and Game 2, they keep pre-jumping Mystical, and he keeps taking it low onto the ground, forcing 50s, making the smarter play, which I don't think they're expecting. They're expecting him to go for clips, expecting him to take it up to the air, try to deny him of that, but he's completely okay with that right now, as now it's going to be Patty into this left corner. Jay's going to deny him. Mystical into the air. I was just talking about this. What can you do with it? Just air dribble 50. Past one. Looks for a bump up field. Gyro awkward touch. Soares just puts it on target. Low boost. Wasn't able to possess that one. Now flying in Gyro. Both end up going for it. Jay, right side. Patty into the air. Looks one more against the sidewall. Mystical, a great challenge. Now Gyro all by his lonesome. A nice challenge to stop the offense. Gyro, though, getting bumped. Flying there, though, and they're playing for each other right now on defense. They're playing this possession game quite well. Now it's going to be Patty's shot. Bottom right, and Mystical saves from the back wall.
Flying was able to steal boost, and look at the boost totals for the entirety of Team J. So low, but still J is able to have a successful clear. Now Flying can't get it around Mystical. It is a full field clear over towards the backboard. Both Patty and Gyro up. Patty has the touch. Soares to maintain possession. Mystical collected that corner boost, but does not make contact. Gyro once more towards the midfield. Patty and Jay battling each other for the ball. It'll be Mystical to take it away. 50 off of Gyro. Soares to make a turn. Can't get it around Patty, and the 50's just going to go straight on through Patty with his first on the board.
And how about Patty, man? Just turns on it. Says, you have to go through me. He can't. And Patty dunks him at midfield. Jay wasn't ready for it. Soares wasn't ready for the Patty challenge. But Patty was more than certainly ready to take advantage of the offense, trying to make a play too early, able to get the lead for Team Gyro.
Now trying to answer back. It is Jay up against Gyro. The two captains able to 50 each other at or closer to the midfield line. Missed touch initially from Patty, leaves Flying with the ball. Limited boost in the tank, still gets an extra pop. Gyro trying to follow, but has no more boost to work with. It'll be Patty on the ball into the corner once more. Bumps starting to come through more and more from these two teams as they keep trying to ramp up the physicality, trying to remove the defenders out of the field of play. But so far, the only team to really execute upon that has been Team Gyro. They were able to get a successful clear there as well. And Soares and company still have to worry more and more about those defensive demos. It might just open things up. Great retrieval by Mystical, able to get back in time. I do not know how it's not 3-1.
Yeah, Mystical on the defensive end has definitely done work. It's now time for the offensive end. Soares double tap, tries to rise above. It's off the crossbar and out. Heartbreak for Soares, almost able to find a goal to tie up the game. Now it's going to be Flying on the other end. Zero boost, just tries to force his way through. Soares into the air. This has worked before. Jay, field hunting. I'm getting deja vu, but Patty's there with the challenge. Now it's going to be Mystical. 50 boost to his name. Flip reset, no. Just tries to 50 the ball mid. Flying has it covered though. Clears it. Patty, other end. Looking for another dunk on Soares. Able to make contact, but doesn't work out. Flying, taking his time. Fakes one. Low boost though, so he has to give up the ball. Gyro hits it down, tries to 50. Patty there. Mystical now. Right side's going to be covered by Soares. Infield, Jay, shot denied by Gyro. The defense just holding. They're able to get the goal line saves. Now Mystical, another fake? Maybe, but nobody was ready for it on the side of Team J. Jay now, left side. Passing play, Mystical over on the left side, but the play looking to fizzle out. Soares tries to keep it alive, one more touch, but still unable to find a single clue onto how to find the goal.
And now they have to restart from their own half, and there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. Soares tries getting a cross-field pass towards Mystical. Might find his way through. Patty's one touch will slow down the offense temporarily. Soares on the pop. Gyro does have the read in the corner, but the ball is still alive, which means there is still a chance. Patty's going to get the full field clear, and unfortunately, because of the demo, there is no hope for Team J to keep it up, and suddenly, out of nowhere, Team Gyro are the team on match point.
Yeah, getting that overtime win really is a momentum builder, right? And it's kind of a mental killer for Jay, or Team J rather, because in in your team's head, you already won that game, then you have to play it back. Even if you agreed to it, even if, good sportsmanship, you still feel that it was your game to lose, right? And then you end up losing it. Then you end up losing the second game. It's going to be interesting to see if they can mentally come back into the game. I think that's the first step.
I think they're going to be able to. These guys play at a high level. They play competitively all the time. They're able to recover from losses. But my personal question is, can they avoid the bumps coming through from Gyro? The demo numbers may not have been crazy high for them as a team, but they were hunting for the bumps. They were able to get bumps that weren't necessarily demos, or even just simply, move people out of position because they had to be aware of said physical plays. They were extremely successful on the side of Gyro, and if Jay can't make an adjustment, you might just see more of the same, and you might see Gyro come out on top.
Yeah, I think for me, it's about denying the randomness of Patty, right? He's been going for some plays that they weren't expecting, the hard dunk leading to the goal. If he doesn't get that hard dunk, it's a 1-1 game. It's anybody's game. But Patty, he's been cutting in at midfield. He's been going for extremely high mechanical solo plays. He's been trying to do it all. And you have to deny him, right? You have to deny him that freedom. You have to restrict all his options, force him to play boring. Otherwise, he's going to start doing things like that, trying to find it mid. Still, they're able to deny the mid pass. Now it's going to be Mystical into the air, denied by Gyro this time, and they're doing a great job at controlling this midfield.
Yeah, Jay taking off flying from the field of play might open up opportunities for his team now. Mystical's going to fake the redirect. Jay tries taking it. Flying still able to lock down that read, and you can't help but praise the defense of Team Gyro at this moment in time. That is the reason they were up in this series, as Flying looks to try to get out of his own half, able to fake a round one, gets the bump away, and gets the clear all the way downfield. 50 up against Mystical, still boosting the tank. Jay, one challenge. Gyro going to reset off the ceiling. Extra touch is just going to drop out in front. It was awkward for Gyro. Couldn't make anything happen out of it. And Team J looked to strike.
Yeah, and I mean, those Mystical fakes, we saw it before. Mystical faking the play, able to get the goal for his team in the previous game. This time the fake, the shot, it comes through, but Flying's ready for it. They're starting to become more and more aware as the series goes on of what Team J is capable of. So they're going to have to go beyond. Mystical plays it down to Jay. Jay, bottom right corner. The 1-2-3 coming through for Team J.
Jay just snaking through the defense. Mystical with the pass off the ceiling, around one, and then puts it behind Gyro. Jay able to just swing it on through and finally find themselves a lead. The question is, can they maintain it? They have to do so to keep their tournament hopes alive, as that all that now rides on this game. Where Flying is trying to give no space to work with defensively. Jay will turn, but does get it around Gyro. On the pop-up, it's up against Patty. It soars. Mystical next to it, but Patty still able to recover somehow, and the offense from Team Gyro will set up shop now in the orange half. Bumps being attempted, but unsuccessful. Patty the follow. Pinch will go over the top of the net as Mystical nukes it back down to the blue half.
Yeah, Mystical this game for me has been the man to watch. He's been making plays happen, that assist there, that save there on defense. He's been leading to a lot of creativity. Jay has found the demos. Mystical trying to find the bottom left, and he has 2 goals to the better.
Perfect placement, as unfortunately for Flying, he was just stuck on the near post, unsure of where to cover, and he could not cover far enough for that one. The placement as good as you can wish from Mystical, extending the lead for Team J, and they're starting to get momentum. This is starting to look more like the team in the performance that we saw in game number 1. Soares is looking to extend this to a hat-trick of a lead now, but Patty's going to shut that down. No extra touch, instead going to like to try to go for bumps. Gyro underneath with the reset to the backboard, but Jay has it on lock.
Yeah, and it feels like Team J, they're finding passing plays, but they also took a page out of Team Gyro's book. They just head upfield. They look for demos ahead of each other. They find the back of the net. They find an opportunity, some space created on the side of Team J. Now it's going to be Jay and Soares combining for a pinch, unlike the previous one that did not go flying into the other net, sadly. Now it's going to be Jay. Looks on target, but no. Denied with a 50, Flying. Denied as well, and you can see this midfield pressure, everybody fighting to just keep possession of the ball, trying to push the ball onto the other side of the field. It's going to be Soares looking for the 50. Gyro, a nice pass inward, but they deny Patty once again. You could see him coming off that back wall. He had an idea of what he wanted to do with that. Unable to get anything, though. Now it's going to be flying into his own crossbar, and Soares has the goal.
And everyone is on the board for Team J here. The offense coming alive as Jay was trying to search for bumps, and the defense right now just looking a little bit more panicky on the side of Team Gyro. They didn't want momentum to swing back Jay's way, and the exact thing has happened. They're now up 3-0. 2 minutes is still plenty of time, but man, Team Gyro, they got to get something sooner rather than later, or else we're going to find ourselves on Champs Field.
Yeah, and Jay looking for a fourth one. Mystical tries to look into the middle of the field, but Gyro upfield. Now a shot opportunity, and he just places it well. A nice breakaway goal from Gyro on sides here, you know, gets the 100 boost, breaks away from the entire defense. The 50 unwilling to go the way of Jay there. He was trying to get that on target, trying to force it to at least a teammate, and it just doesn't happen. Gyro finding the back of the net, able to convert.
That was a good read from Gyro, just able to take full advantage of the transition opportunity afforded to him as Flying looks to find a second for his team. It'll actually pinch right towards Gyro. Up next is Mystical, no more boost, and gets bumped off the ball. Patty coming in with pace. Does have Flying waiting towards the midfield, but Flying will have to retreat as Soares gets the clear. There is roughly 90 seconds left in this game, and that is going to be a fourth. This time it is Soares on the board, and that first goal from Gyro is immediately squandered back to a 3-goal deficit.
And I mean, talk about the shooting for Soares the entire series. He's been shooting lights out, top corner, top corner, top corner, anywhere in the net. He could place it there as he does so there. Able to get the fourth goal for Team J. Now it's going to be Soares into the air, looks right side, denied, but double commit comes through on Team Gyro, so a passing play available. Down to Soares, Soares unable to get it back to J, so Flying plays it over to Patty. Patty now, Gyro, this is beautiful, double tap unavailable, and Soares just has it all the way down the other end.
Now Patty, one touch, read by Jay. It's a drop down towards Mystical, but he wasn't expecting it. Now Flying, trying to get the one-on-one opportunity. Mystical had it shut down though, and time's starting to become more and more of an issue against Team Gyro. Attempted team pinch, not going to be successful for Team J. Patty's going to be next with boost and with the lead blocker. Soares will intercept and Flying backflips. He's going to have to reset around the ball. 50 seconds left. There is 3 goals still needed for Team Gyro, and that 50 is going to waste so much time that Team Gyro cannot afford to lose, where it's looking more and more like a Game 5 is inevitable.
Yeah, Game 5 on the horizon. 2 of the best words in Rocket League. Not the best, but, you know, close to the best. As Patty takes it to the right side. Flying now, looks for it on target, trying to deny the fate of this game, but Destiny seems to arrive anyway. Jay just booms it downfield with only 23 seconds left. It feels like it's Team J's game to lose because it definitely is. Flying tries to get it on target. Last desperation attempt. They need it here. Patty flies through off the crossbar, and now Flying now shot denied. We are seeing Game 5.
You know, I, like you, and like probably many other people, were concerned that the overtime goal ended up, you know, when that was reverted upon and then converted upon by Team Gyro, that, you know, that should have been the turning point. It was. They were able to rattle off 2 wins. But now, it looks like all the momentum is back in the hands of Team J. We find ourselves in Game 5, ladies and gentlemen. This should be a banger.
Yeah, and once again, I think personally, for specifically the momentum of this game, Mystical did so much early on in the game. You started to see him disappear a little bit into the later games. You saw Soares start popping off. You saw Jay finding the back of the net, finding an assist. But I think Mystical really, the creativity in his plays, right, playing it off the ceiling, finding fakes, finding teammates, finding the defense for himself, the saves coming through on the goal line, has really pushed his team into this Game 5.
Absolutely correct, and I'm excited to see just how this falls into place. Team J just absolutely swarming Team Gyro that game. Pressure non-stop seemingly in favor of Team J. Game 5 just around the corner. I'm so excited. It's so hard to predict what exactly is going to happen, because when Team Gyro have won, it has been, you know, close games for the most part. When Team J have won, it has been slaughters.
Yeah.
Which way do you see it going?
I think we see overtime. It's destined. You know, you had an overtime earlier this series. Some of the games have been close, some of them have not, but it just feels like overtime's on the horizon. It's Game 5 that everybody is intense. The games have gone back and forth. I think it's coming. I think overtime is where this Game 5 is heading.
I'm certainly excited for it. Just a matter of seeing whether or not the lobby decides to load. We'll find out here shortly. I think it may have crashed. Yep, alright, the lobby crashed, so we'll just have to reset that. That's fine. That won't take much time. I'm not too concerned.
Happens.
Thank you, Rocket League. Much appreciated.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Shout out Rocket League. Hopefully, you know, maybe in like 6 years' time, we'll see the DDoSer situation go away.
Yeah. No, first they're gonna add Alpha Boost to the item shop. I think that's what we see first before DDoSer's going away. Just my opinion, though.
It is what it is. All right, we reset the lobby back up. The players are slowly starting to file on in. It is Team J that is looking to make their way in here first. I'm so excited to see how this goes. You know, I hope to see overtime, just as I think everyone else in here would like to see overtime as well. The series deserves it. It's been close. It's been competitive. We've seen highlights. We've seen blunders. We've seen ups and downs on both sides of the field, and overtime is what this series deserves.
Yeah, I mean, the greatest up and down, you lose in overtime, and then all of a sudden you won in overtime. The same overtime. How is that possible?
Still some of the craziest circumstances that I've ever seen from a single best-of-5 series. And I'm glad that I got to do it with you, my man. It's fantastic being in the booth with you, Contra, so I'm glad that you were here, my man.
The feeling's mutual. I mean, you knew this game was going to be crazy, though, this series, rather, when you saw the 200 kph pinch when you're already 1-5 down. That's interesting to just pull out the bag there. As it looks like we're heading into this game 5 very shortly. We're almost there. We've almost arrived.
Let's see, who we're missing. We're missing, all right, there's Gyro. All we're waiting on is Patty. And he's in the restroom. All right, great timing. You know what? You got to get out the nerves one way or another. It's before game 5, so.
Bathroom break. I remember, I believe it was Torment in the Season 6 of Grand Finals after Cloud94 won Dignitas to make the bracket, lower bracket. What is it called when you win the first series of that and then you're going into the second?
No, bracket reset. Right?
A bracket reset, yes. They got the first initial bracket reset, and then you went to go to the bathroom. Apparently, he was holding in the ability to pee the entire time during that game 5, or I should say, the best of 7 series. Anyways, we're into game 5. 2 of the best words in Rocket League, as we see Team Gyro and TJ come to an end. One of these teams are going to be out.
It's so interesting to say, you know, we see these two rosters, neither deserve to be eliminated, but unfortunately, that's just how Rocket League is, and that is how this series is going to end up playing out. Right away, it is some offense forming in favor of Team Gyro. Attempted bumps from Mystical are not going to be found, and Flying is first to the ball. Gyro can't continue it, and Jay has a little bit of space to work with. Up against Patty, the 50's light. It's so awkward, but Mystical can't, or excuse me, not Mystical, Soares can't lock it down. We've been praising his accuracy all series. It was a tough angle, but he cannot find it as we remain scoreless early on.
Yeah, but he's going to have to figure out the other end on defense. He gets the save there, able to keep out Flying. Gyro fakes the touch through. Now it's going to be Jay. Big pinch across. Gyro just taking his time. 100 boost. Jay, hard challenge, but unable to make contact with him. Mystical takes it back to his back right corner. Soares fakes the challenge. Patty, touch. Just tries to force his way through. Takes it away from Soares. Gyro now, awkward ball to work with. Gets a demo, able to take it to the back wall. And you can see these teams prioritizing possession. They're trying to keep it on their half. As long as they get the ball, as long as they can have the boost, they're okay with the ball in their half. Now it's going to be Gyro. He fakes through, but unable to find anything. Still tied.
Jay now with the 50 up against Patty towards the sidewall. Does have a sidewall double as well. And Soares is on the ball immediately. A double commit coming out on the side of Team Gyro. And you can't be seeing that. Not right now. The stakes are too high. This game is far too important for team chemistry to start becoming an issue. And Jay might have an opportunity. The reset double somehow initially saved, but it will fall through. Team Jay on top.
And who cares about chemistry when Jay's on your team? Flip reset double past the entire defense's imagination. Unable to get the save there. Gyro just got a touch, but it wasn't enough to put it past the line. The follow-up also there. Team Jay up a goal.
As close of a call as you can possibly ask for. A great shot coming through on the side of Jay, and now they look to extend the lead, but it might be Patty with an answer. The shot is too hot for the defense, and we're tied.
And I said you had to deny the randomness of Patty. Just wins the 50 there outright, and then the shot, bottom, or back of the net rather, striking bowling right there, down the middle. So much power for Patty, ties up the series.
1 goal apiece, 3:15 on the clock. Soares up against Gyro. It'll be Jay taking his time over the top of Patty. Flying's going to be next with boost. Jay will simply take the corner and move on. Flying with a good fake onto Soares, gets bumped in the ball. It could actually help out Team Gyro. It's Patty to the backboard, but a great touch from Mystical will keep it out wide temporarily. Gyro trying to circle back. In comes Flying. Mystical, one more touch to work with. Going to send down into the corner where Patty will try to restart the offense. No pinch allotted to him. The demo could open things up, and it's Gyro with full possession. No more boost, but does have the reset. Gets the 50 out in front. Soars will deal with it. Approaching the halfway point. 1-1 overtime. Please, fellas, give it to us.
Yeah, I mean, this series has been so intense, and Gyro able to find the lead there, back of the net, found off the flying pass.
I mean, that was just perfect. Jay, unfortunately, just left on no boost on the backboard, and he just could not make anything happen. Unfortunate positioning for Team J, while Team Gyro are absolutely relishing that goal right there. A massive goal, reclaiming, or not even reclaiming the lead, getting their first lead of this game. They're going to have to try to hold it, but Mystical is trying to change the ways of this game once again. It's Soars read by Patty once more. Patty's just gotten progressively better as the series has gone on, and Flying's going to have to be perfect here. The defense caught out of position, but it is a great clear from Flying. Patty will try to receive it. He's got no boost, instead tries to get physical. He will, actually, no, he doesn't get a demo. He gets taken off the field instead, and Jay at midfield will try to get the ball in the blue half, although to no success.
Yeah, it just feels like momentum doesn't affect these teams. Jay flip reset double tap. It feels like Team J would have way more momentum, but then on the other end, they just find 2 goals. All of a sudden, the pitch might be in. Soars off the crossbar. Almost brilliant. Now, into the air. Looks for the 50 past Gyro, but Patty's going to be there. Midfield line. Mystical has to make the touch. Left corner to Soars. Soars 100 boost to his name. Takes it high. Denied off the ball. Good bump from Flying. Now Gyro fakes it. 50. Patty immediately there. Tries to turn in. Jay turns in instead. Still up a goal. Game 5. Champions Field. Everything on the line here. Your tournament life. You need to find something, Team J.
Here comes Soares trying to spark the offense once more. Flying, slowing down the pace of play. Gyro's around 1, but does have a limited boost in the tank. Looks to just collect the mid boost, and does. He's getting attempted, or aggressively hunted, excuse me, by Jay, but the demo may not help things out here. It's Jay trying to get around Patty. Cannot do so. Patty's early challenges continue to be successful as Gyro takes possession into his own corner. Leaves it for Flying to the sidewall now. Has Patty waiting in the wings. Soares is not buying the fake. It is getting dribbled by Flying. Mystical up next, gets bumped. Patty might be able to find a third for his team. Simply looks to go for bumps in the midfield and is not going to find him. 40 and some change left, excuse me. Still 2-1 for Team Gyro.
Yeah, Team J needs to find the passing, the creativity on offense, finding each other. They look for a bump. Gyro, low boost back wall, just has to bang it, has to clear, but he finds Patty. Nice outlet pass ideas. Now Jay, down to Soars. Soars, back to Jay. Jay, to the back wall, one more pass to put it past the imagination. Soars finds the bottom left, tied game on 22.
1-2-1-2. Jay Soars, back of the net. 2 goals apiece with 22 seconds left. No better way to tie things up. Will a team take it in regulation?
I think we see OT. I said it before, but some last-minute heroic, some last-minute magic. Who has it in the bag? Now it's going to be Mystical. He's low boost. Has to wait on the Soars challenge instead. Patty, 100 boost in the corner. Just takes his time with it. Looks for it around. A very creative play. 4 players in the lobby going. You don't see that often. 4 seconds remain now. Flying from his back corner. Denied by Soars. Now it's going to be Patty trying to push this ball through. Jay, right side. 0-second drill for both teams, and they put it down. Overtime.
This is what we wanted. This is what the fans love to see. Game 5 overtime to decide the first of our 2 finalists. It is Jay on the reset. Over the top of Patty. Gyro one touch out wide. Soars on the follow. Does have boost, but does not have a challenge, and Patty's starting to pick up the pace. Jay back downfield. Has Soars waiting in the wings, but Flying is not letting the pass link up between those 2 players. Mystical doesn't have a touch. Patty downfield. It's a pass to Gyro. Takes his time up against Jay. Tries faking low, but Jay has it red, and Soars will get rid of it.
Yeah, and I mean, how good have the captains been in Game 5? The players you expect to be the most confident are Jay doing so well, Gyro as well, finding a goal. It's just who can find each other, who can find the teammates on offense. Mystical now, he tries to play it over. Gyro takes his time with it, just forces a 50. These 50s from Gyro have been so dominant, just controlling the midfield with them. Now Flying tries to put it past Patty. It's just going to be Patty left side. Takes his time. Soars 100 boost. A bit awkward though. Gyro flip reset double denied. And still overtime 1 minute into it.
Patty was able to steal that corner boost as well, but the challenge from Mystical will alleviate the pressure for the time being. Gyro looking to apply it once more, taken away by Soars. Patty's going to go next. trying to get the 50 on the J, no read available. Flying, no touch, keeps in the corner, tries to back pass out towards the teammate, and is Gyro, who has found wonderful opportunity. Soares has it locked down, flying up next, hard off the corner. Jay's gonna have it clear, Soares has no boost, Patty's just gonna have to pass it back towards Gyro, and once again, Team Gyro look to restart the offense. The question is now if they're in their own half, will they be locked into it? It does not look like it. Instead, it's gonna be a shot from Gyro. Is Soares there in time? Barely.
Yeah, Soares huge on defense there. You needed that touch. He's able to get it. Still not out of the woods yet, but taken away from Mystical. A great cut from him, but the ball a little away from him. Flying challenges. Jay puts it high. Patty now controlling the midfield, forcing a 50. Soares wins it though. Maybe able to get the boost. No, Gyro takes it away from him. Now he looks for the shot. On target, denied. Mystical has it once again. He's starting to show up big on defense. Flying, what can he do with it? Into the air, denied by Soares. Soares, these challenges have been so dominant from him on defense, but they need to find a way out of defense. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a goal. Flying now, double tap, won't be denied. Able to close it out in overtime. Able to find the back of the net.
There was simply too much pressure in favor of Team Gyro. It felt like that possession lasted for a full minute, and Flying is going to cap it off with a beautiful double from the heavens. Team Gyro are the first of our finalists.
Yeah, I mean, what a play from Flying there to ice the game off the ceiling, off the back wall. It doesn't matter. He had it read the full way. A nice double tap to finish off the game there. The solo play, we saw it before from Flying in overtime, last overtime. The ice in overtime, the solo play ability, he's just able to find it every time.
And again, that had to be a comeback effort. Team J was up first. Team Gyro were able to strike two. Then a late heroic passing play came through on the side of Team J. It was Jay and Soares working in tandem to get that second, but ultimately the pressure from Team Gyro proved to be the difference maker. Seemingly having possession for the entirety of overtime, Flying comes through and ends up sending Team Gyro to the finals in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, I mean, Team J till the end stuck to their guns. They looked for the passing plays. Jay put it off the backboard instead of taking the shot. The net was entirely defended. It was the right play. Soares puts it on target. It takes us into overtime, but it just wasn't enough. They weren't able to figure out how to take possession on defense, weren't able to figure out how to stop Gyro with these fake challenges, these challenge wins. And overall, Team Gyro deserved that one in OT.
But hey, that's just the first of the series tonight. We have another best of 5 coming to you very, very soon. It will be Team Gear and Team Tcorrell. We'll be right back.
That shit on the headlight. shit on the headlight.
Beside me is Empty Box. I'm just kidding. It's Condra. Condra's with me, of course.
The ghost of Contra.
Yeah, the ghost of Condra is correct. That would be his place, you know, over toward the side of me, but unfortunately, you know, camera side doesn't matter. He's here with us talking about the games. We just had a fantastic series, but we're moving on from that because we have our second matchup. Team Tcorrell, being Tcorrell, Bosco, and Kronovi against Team Gear, Peaceful, and Og, who even requested to be norms because those guys are close buddies and in a good friend group where they would otherwise be listed as norms. I mean, it's kind of hard to just skip over that and ignore what team chemistry could be there for Gear, Peaceful, and for Og.
Yeah, for sure. Even in the afterlife, I can't escape casting. But I mean, the team chemistry there is going to be huge. But on the side of Team Tcorrell, you have so much star power. I mean, you have Tcorrell, Bosco, and Kronovi. That is probably at least power ranked #1 in the event. But you know, that team chemistry, we were saying it before the draft, we were saying it after the draft. We saw it with Team J. It is so important to have a little bit of team chemistry because figuring it out like Team Gyro did during around Game 3, Game 2 overtime, figuring it out fully, especially on defense, is extremely difficult.
Absolutely correct, but the players are in here, so if they're ready to go, I think we're ready to rock and roll. It's just a matter of telling them to go ahead and hit the field. This should be a fantastic matchup. Again, we had our first finalists decided. That was Team Gyro. They were the 1 seed coming into this. They take down the 4th seed J. The 2nd seed is Tcorrell, 3rd seed Team Gear, and we're not quite going to hit it yet because Tcorrell is getting water. That is some great timing.
Yeah, water, you know, very important thing to have. As someone who didn't have it the last series, let me tell you, it really does help with preserving your voice. Make sure to drink water, otherwise you'll end up sounding like Rob does currently. But you know, just waiting on this match to start. It seems like we're getting in there. Everybody joining the field, everybody getting ready. We're getting into the first round of the other side of the bracket with Team Tcorrell versus the Team Gear. It's kicked off.
And right away, it is going to be Bosco all the way back downfield. Gear's going to have a read and does have it. Tcorrell with the follow-up shot. Peaceful is just going to play nice and patient up against Kronovi now. It's going to be pinched off the ceiling by Kronovi. Bosco to receive the ball into the corner. Gets demoed for his troubles. Tcorrell up next, 50 hard off the sidewall. Peaceful going to be up next to it. Does win the 50 against Kronovi, who was on low boost. And Bosco again being hunted. Gets bumped off the backboard. Og trying to shoot from an impossible angle, but cannot find it as the ball careens off the post.
Yeah, and I mean, thinking about this, you're staying out of these games for a while. These players are waiting to play. What do you do to stay warm? Do you just hop in free play? Do you get in a competitive game? Do you just go get water? What do you do to stay warm?
Well, unfortunately, you know, we face enough of a DDoS problem where I'm not sure if these three would end up queuing up into a threes match or anything like that, but I would expect, you know, something along the sorts, just actively playing, staying loose, trying to keep everything in a flow state. And honestly, because, you know, this is a show match and whatnot, trying to keep everything lighthearted. Just keep yourself chill, keep everything relaxed, maybe joke around with the boys a bit. You know how it is. Just keep overall good vibes while waiting for your turn. And, you know, due to the timeouts that we did have, it was a little bit of a longer turn than expected for these teams. But they're looking to fire off hot. And it has been a couple of really solid team possessions on the side of Tcorrell, but neither team has broken the goal barrier just yet.
Yeah, we saw some early opportunities come from Team Gear. They were able to find each other, able to almost put it on target, went off the post. Then on the other end, Kronovi had a solo play opportunity, but some nice defense there from Team Gear. Now they're going to have to do it again. Peaceful forces the high. Gear has it saved, clear on the goal line. A little bit dangerous, but they're able to clear the danger. Now onto the offense, Gear puts it high. Bosco denies them.
And now the redirect opportunity comes through from the Season 1 World Champion. What a play, as Bosco had to clear from the backboard, and Kronovi is in the perfect spot to send a rocket on target.
Yeah, Team Gear there thought they had a play going. All of a sudden, the counterattack comes through. They thought they were counterattacking. Bosco had the complete backboard covered. It was forced from Tcorrell. Then Kronovi's upfield ready for the backboard clear. Everybody on the same page of where they needed to be, and they're able to get the lead.
However, they are being pressured right away, and it's Peaceful with the immediate response off the 50 from Og. Just quick pressure off the kickoff will result in a goal for Team Gear.
And Gear, forces his way through, forces a 50, then Og able to find a touch in midfield, made it awkward for everybody except the player behind Og, who was Peaceful, finds the back of the net, able to tie the series. Now it's going to be Tcorrell into the air, looks for it around Gear. He does so, off the ceiling, double tapping in! What a shot from Tcorrell!
Oh my goodness, have mercy, Tcorrell. Gear tried getting the follow-up touch, but can't do so. And Tcorrell's read is picture perfect, sending that one on through and reclaiming the lead for his team.
Yeah, I mean, what does Manfield Knight do to these players? Oh my goodness, I imagine it's all their free play maps or something, because the pinch came through on Manfield Knight. Now another pinch on Manfield Knight from the ceiling this time, double tap, no bounce as well. Tcorrell able to bring out a highlight play. Now it's going to be Kronovi on target. Bosco looks for it on target, but denied. Tcorrell into the air, 50 happens at midfield, just tries to follow his own touch, looks for the pinch, unable to get it there. Peaceful, big 50 with Kronovi, Og to Gear, Gear to Peaceful, back wall, denied by Tcorrell. They're having such great and coordinated defense right now, especially on that back wall.
But I do love the ideas that were coming through on the side of Team Gear. The passing plays were creative. They just weren't able to quite break through the defense. Some passes coming through with a little bit too much heat, but it's good to be relying on each other, because it's not every single play that you can have a goal like that of what Tcorrell had just a little bit ago. However, the fake might be crucial. Tries shooting low, but Tcorrell still has it on lock. Peaceful now from the corner. It's a light touch, and Tcorrell looks to get a dribble started. Around Og goes one. Bosco pass downfield. Tcorrell looking for another opportunity off the ceiling and the backboard. Tcorrell is cooking.
The leadership from the captain, just finding his way to the back of the net. These double taps, they have to start playing the back wall, because if you don't, Tcorrell's going to punish you every time. Another double tap for Tcorrell.
I mean, people better be clipping these. These are some unbelievable shots that are coming through from Tcorrell at the moment. Not to mention the redirect from Kronovi earlier on. Every single goal that's been scored by Team Tcorrell has been that worthy of a highlight reel appearance, and they're looking to possibly even make it for a very dominant first game in favor of Team Tcorrell. They look to keep it rolling as Bosco is able to get the demo and the touch into the corner. Now Peaceful looking for Og, does have it. Shot on target, too strong, 3-2.
Wow, two people back, unable to get a hand on it. 129 for the midfield. I mean, what a shot from Og, just finding the back of the net. Nobody able to reach it. The power. What a passing play as well. What a play just in general. Able to cut the lead to 1. Still looking for another goal. Peaceful can't find his way through. It's going to be low boost. Fakes it for Og. Kronovi does well not to get dunked there. Now the counterattack. Tcorrell left side. Bosco follows it. A nice double against the sideball. Kronovi fakes it. Midfield pass. Bump comes through. Tcorrell has to take his time though. Still opportunity arising.
Og though with no boost, can't challenge anymore. It'll be Gear with one touch infield towards Peaceful. Limited on boost, does see Bosco, was just waiting for the challenge, did draw it out. Now Gear to the backboard, it's over the head of Peaceful. Kronovi doesn't have it, Bosco leaves it for him. Og is gonna have the 50, and now Tcorrell gets up first, gets the reset, but the touch is light, can't get the ground pinch, and Peaceful will clear back downfield once more.
Finally, someone making Tcorrell look human. Maybe it was himself there. He looked for another pinch with the flip reset on the ground, but they're able to deny him there. Now Kronovi fights his way through the defense. Pokes it against the floor. Bosco shot just off target, off the post still. The defense coming through from Team Gear, able to hold on just there. Now Peaceful, passing play to Gear, shot just off, almost ties the game, but with 20 seconds remaining, they need this into offense. Instead, they're on defense. Tcorrell looking for the corner read, he has it, but unable to find the shot. Now it's going to be Peaceful, left corner, almost to 0 seconds. They need to find this one in regulation. Kronovi, left side, denies the clear, denies pressure from building. Gear now on the other end, tries to play it over Tcorrell, but Tcorrell just holds it. 0 second drill for Team Gear. Gear now, right side, no, he passes it to Peaceful, who fakes under, looks for the reset, denied, and able to get the win there is Team Tcorrell.
Got a little bit scary towards the end, but Team Tcorrell are able to lock it down defensively and offensively. They were a machine. That was a great start for Team Tcorrell on both ends of the field. They are able to take game number 1 off of some ridiculous individual efforts from Tcorrell, as well as a great redirect on the side of Kronovi. Team Gear had their moments. They were looking for passes much more often than Team Tcorrell, but it unfortunately just wasn't enough. The offense from Team Tcorrell was too powerful.
Yeah, I mean, such a high-powered offense, but I mean, we talk about what Tcorrell did. Man, those goals, so impressive. Just to pull that out in the highest lobby possible, just figuring it out immediately. On the side of Team Gear, you need to stop getting boxed on defense. You could see their 9 saves had to be made, and they still scored 3. That is insane. You cannot allow that.
The shot counts were 13-8. Just heavily in favor of Team Tcorrell, not only in terms of quantity, but quality as well. Tcorrell could not have played more lights out on offense if he had tried harder. That was a fantastic showing, but it still was a close game, and Team Gear, they can absolutely turn this around. They just need to be locked in their defensive half a little bit less. 9 saves is a lot. That's just a lot to have to deal with. They're going to have to start shutting down lanes sooner rather than later and get the offense rolling first, as it is Peaceful trying to start the first offensive possession. Gear is going to be first to it as Kronovi gets a light touch. Now a little bit of space given to Team Gear. He'll go up top up against Bosco. Does have a reset. Gets around 1, but Team Tcorrell is going to win the race to the ball once more.
Yeah, and I mean, they're playing so well off the challenges, right? You see the challenge come through from Bosco. He forces it past him. Tcorrell immediately picks up on the slack, immediately wins the ball out. Now Peaceful trying to win it through Tcorrell, but that's not going to happen. Still, low boost, tries to play it past. A fake come through, fake challenge from Kronovi allows Bosco to come through as well. Gear to the ceiling, 50, no. Just doesn't happen as Crow takes it to the left side. Still tied game, almost a minute in. Bosco fakes it. Og doesn't bite, just takes it away from him. Bosco has to restart from the back corner.
And was centered out there, but Kronovi's just going to have a wide open net. Somehow, an offensive overcommit comes through on the side of Team Gear. All of them getting into the front third of the field, and Kronovi's going to walk that in easily.
Yeah, Peaceful getting really close there. Og as well took a while to get back. Nobody really understood who was going to cut in, who was going to stay on offense. And when you don't know who's staying on offense, you don't know who's on defense. There was no one on defense. Kronovi won the race to the ball and in turn won the race to the net as Og does so as well, tying the game up.
Well, this is highly similar to how last game started. We had a Kronovi goal to lead off the game and an immediate answer back from Team Gear. This time it will be Og with 1 on the board. A minute 10 in, and we have ourselves a tied ball game once more, as if the first goal just did not matter. It will be Bosco right off the kickoff, but Og does have the answer. Bosco reads it anyways and dunks it home.
Wow, I mean, these kickoffs have been so volatile on both teams, going all out immediately. We saw it earlier with Tcorrell getting that ceiling pinch double, and Bosco just forces his way through the defense, showing that he could do it on offense as well.
Solid play, and now an interesting kickoff strategy. Bosco trying to have the touch straight off the kickoff and just trying to blast it into the net of Team Gear, but Tcorrell's just applying so much pressure. Kronovi's shot is cleared out wide by Peaceful. He's got no more boost, and Bosco's going to the race to the ball all day long. Gear with the clear back downfield. Kronovi the interception. Og to the ceiling once more. Limited boost. Does beat Tcorrell over the top. Peaceful with the redirect into the corner. Extra touch is going to ride up the wall. Bosco, 1 touch. Another. Kicked out wide. Tcorrell going to play patient as Og just looks to shoot over towards the net. It'll be a backward touch from Tcorrell. That is a successful clear. And now Peaceful has to retreat once again, this time on 0 boost. He will have a great challenge to slow down the pace of play.
Yeah, and I think for Team Gear, you need to start seeing a little more possession on offense, because if you don't, you're going to find the ball in the back of your net. Tcorrell now on offense. He finds it there. Kronovi forces his way through. Nice pass to Tcorrell. Bosco also there. Maybe faked it out. Maybe thought it was his turn to shoot, but it wasn't. Tcorrell able to make the lead too.
Once again, as you had mentioned, a 3-1 lead in favor of Team Tcorrell. Gear does not have the fake onto Tcorrell. At the moment, the aggression and confidence from Tcorrell is proving to be extremely difficult to deal with on the side of Team Gear. They're doing what they can, but no one is biting on any of these fakes. They're going with confidence on the ball. They're not playing reactive. They're playing proactive Rocket League, and it has worked out extremely well. August tried to get one on the board for his team, but is unable to get a second. It'll be Kronovi, excuse me, into the corner. One extra touch to the backboard. Gear's just going to control, and now on the pop-up against Tcorrell, just red again, and Tcorrell dunks two out in front. Bosco is 50 out wide. No extra shot this time around, but Team Gear just can't even escape their own half.
Yeah, Team Gear getting suffocated right now. Kronovi winning challenges, getting flicks past, almost with a solo play past all three. Gear hit the brakes. It almost was around him, but the post able to help out. He wasn't able to get it past the fourth defender. Now Peaceful into offense. And we need to start seeing the ball stop going to the Blues back wall, because the more you see it to the back wall, the more possession they have, the more Kronovi could put the ball into the top corner.
This is as dominant of a showing as you can ask for right now on the side of Team Tcorrell, and Kronovi proving to be an extremely strong pick in that third round. Unbelievable stuff right now for Team Tcorrell. They are locked in with 2 minutes left. Team Gear, you gotta start getting some momentum your way. Otherwise, this one's gonna continue spiraling out of control, and it might right here, but Kronovi can't get anything, and Team Tcorrell was bumped off the ball.
Yeah, Kronovo, sounding like the name of an electronic company, as Kronovo almost puts it down in corner, but unable to find it. But yeah, you're going to need to start finding, I think it really does depend on this possession game. You're going to have to start playing a little closer to your teammates. Even though it's riskier, you can't allow Tcorrell and Kronovi and Bosco to control the ball, control the pace, understand where the game's going to head to, because if you do, they're just going to beat you in regular 3v3. This is what they pride themselves on. Now Og on the other end, pinch passing play just denied, almost able to find a goal to cut the lead, but all of a sudden now they have to get back on defense. Peaceful unable to make contact. Tcorrell forces his way through, and on the side of this Team Gear, you need, I repeat, need to start controlling the ball, because when you boom the ball downfield like this, I just can't see it turning out into a goal, because you just allow them to take their time with the ball.
Yeah, this is extremely difficult. There's no way that, it's extremely hard to envision, at least, Team Gear being able to reverse sweep this roster of Tcorrell, Bosco, and Kronovo. Thank you, chat. I'm going to stick with that the entire rest of the time. But they need something on the board. They have to start getting their confidence back, and as you had said, start playing with a little bit more control. Right now, it's just giving up possession for free most of the time. They might have an opportunity here, and Peaceful is going to slide it on away. 38 seconds left. There is enough time.
And this all comes from making them think. They find a demo, they take possession, they pop it over, and then the passing play, all of a sudden the net's open. You draw out the challenges. You force the challenges to come to you instead of letting them decide when they're going to challenge. Still a chance of this game. They need to find a decent kickoff either here or on the second one if they score the third goal. Bosco, though, is going to take it away. Peaceful into the air. Solo play. He has to get past two. Flip reset gets past one, but Kronovi on the goal line has it away. Still 25 seconds left.
Now Og is going to have to retreat, and this just wastes so many valuable seconds that Team Gear do not have. It'll be Tcorrell in the early challenge, the 50 successful, and all the players from Team Gear were able to commit on that. It's Kronovi dropping it down low for Bosco on the double, cleared up high, and the time is just simply too short for Team Gear. They're going to need a reverse sweep, or Tcorrell are going to take this series in dominant fashion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're gonna need to see some magic, I think. If Team Gear start hot in game 3, all of a sudden the momentum starts, because it's a new game, new series. If you could just get game 3, then you could get game 4, then you could get game 5. It connects to each other. It makes the impossible task seem much more doable. But it all starts with the team plays. It all starts by keeping the ball to the orange side, keeping the ball, choosing your attacks when they come to you, not forcing things.
You're absolutely right. That as much as this is a 3-game journey they now have to embark upon, it is one game at a time. That is the only way they can view it. If they think to themselves, okay, we have to win 3 straight against these guys, that's not a good mindset to take. They have to take it one at a time, and it all starts here with game number 3. They've had their opportunities. They even outshot Team Tcorrell in terms of total number, but there have just been a couple of too many defensive oversights. The first goal, scored by Cornovo, was just a wide open net. All three players in the front third of the field. That is simply not something that can be replicated. The defensive double commits can't come through. Tightening up from Team Gear is what is required for them to lock it out through the rest of the series.
Yeah, Cornovo seems connected to the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi because right now he's been enabled. It's been 5G from him as he bumps Tcorrell into the shot immediately. Now to shoots himself. Gear has it away. Almost an opportunity, but, a little far and few in between. Now it's going to be Gear. Takes his time with it. Gets demoed off the ball, though. What a strong challenge from Tcorrell. Just takes the ball away from him. Gives possession over to the blue side. Cornovo into the air. It is hard to say his name. I agree, actually. Gear now. He looks. One more. Back wall. No. Denied by Tcorrell this time. And on the side of Team Gear, it looks a little better so far. They're able to force double commits into the corner.
Now here comes Gear with a little bit of boost and space as well. Reset. Tcorrell is just waiting so patiently on the backboard. Bosco and Cornovo both go up top. I am using that for the rest of the series. Tcorrell up next. Peaceful. No boost in the tank. It will be Cornovo setting it towards the backboard. Here comes Gear now. Plenty of boost. And the last person on offense was demoed. Tcorrell bumped off the ball. And maybe this is more of what we need to see from Team Gear. Get physical. If you can't do it 3-on-3, why not do it 3-on-2? And they might have caught out the defense. Gear, though, just committed just too soon. That was a golden opportunity for Gear to get on the board first, but instead it is still deadlocked at 0.
Yeah, but the ideas are there. It's starting to come through. Look at the possession. Look at the mechanics on show. You cannot play Unk Ball versus the Unks. You reach, they teach. Tcorrell looking for the double tap, able to get it once again. Back of the net.
Tcorrell has just absolutely locked in these double taps. The man has been untouchable in the skies. 1-0 for Team Tcorrell once more as they continue to run away with this series.
Man, what a shot from Tcorrell. Every time the offense seems to stagnate just a little there, he picks up just at the right time. Now Cornovi looks for the back of the net, unable to get it there, unable to connect on it. Now it's going to be Og. He has it away, but you can't get boxed in. Have to take time. You have to force the challenges. Have to allow them to 50 the ball against you. Otherwise, they're just going to 50 in their back corner. It takes time. Take the possession away from you. Gear now. He has it away. Tcorrell looking for a bump. Unable to get it, but back of the net, it's just going to be in. Nobody home for Team Gear.
This pressure is outrageous right now from Team Tcorrell. Bosco that time just reading it to perfection. Peaceful out of position. There is nothing that can be done about that. And at the moment, Team Tcorrell, it just seems as though that every single time Team Gear try to do one thing, Team Tcorrell are 2 steps ahead. They've already seen into the future what's going to happen. And at the moment, what's going to happen is we're on pace for a 3-game sweep and a date in the finals between Team Tcorrell and Team Gyro.
Yeah, I think whoever becomes the team caster for Cornovi, whoever he gets drafted to, has to say Cornovo every time. It has to become a thing that he is Cornovo.
There's no way we're trying to change the name of the Season 1 World Champion, right?
Well, I mean, it's just everybody times comes. You know what I mean? And I think it's Cornovo's time as he looks for it to the back wall. Og has it away. Tcorrell, the free jump doesn't work out. Peaceful. And I mean, these challenges, they have won it every 50. They cannot win these 50s against these Unks. Tcorrell now has it left side, takes it away. Gear now looks in field. One more touch. Can he have it to Og? Shot found. They cut the lead in half. Finally, a spark of hope.
There is life for Gear. And that is a rough double commit in the corner from Tcorrell and from Cornovo. Og is able to find it just around Bosco. Perfect passing play coming through on the side of Team Gear. 2-1 with 2:11 remaining. It is still a game that is within reach of Team Gear. They have to lock it down. This is their last life in this 4-team tournament. We'll see if they're able to continue climbing back, but at the moment, it just still looks like too much to handle. If they get another on the board, I'll start to believe it. At the moment, Team Tcorrell still have their number.
Yeah, Team Tcorrell, they've found passing plays, they found solo plays, they've really found it all. It's up to Team Gear to start finding that magic for their own. Now it's going to be Og. He tries to force his way through. He was not the last pick of the draft, but the last one entered into the draft. So he has a chip on his shoulder. He doesn't want to go out 3-0. Peaceful now. He looks for his way through. Gear, back wall, fakes it out. Cornovi doesn't buy any of his shot on target. Gear denies him. Tcorrell off the post. Og takes time. Calm possession. out of Team Gear is exactly what they need, exactly what the doctor ordered. Now Tcorrell, he looks for some calm possession of his own. Gear challenges Bosco faster though. Og able to avoid the bump there, and it's just slows down for Team Gear. They want this fast-paced offense, but right now the pace of play completely decided by Team Tcorrell.
Absolutely right. Canovo is going to take it around the backboard. No opportunity coming through for Team Gear. Center down in front with a lot of heat from Og, but just immediately sent all the way back downfield by Bosco. He'll have a follow-up touch as well. One more to the sidewall, playing the control game, trying to slow down the pace of play. Granovo's going to be the only one left back on defense. It's a golden opportunity, but a great 51 by the former world champ will mean that this ball is able to be cleared. Tcorrell trying to find Granovo. The shot on target, 3-1. That might just be the dagger.
And I mean, the backflip, we saw it before in Season 1. The 360, he does it again. Past Og, past Gear, neither of them can get a touch on it. Granovo, name in the past haunts him forever, Granovi, but he's able to get there.
Fantastic play coming through from both players, and, you know, it just feels like that one is the nail in the coffin. Peaceful might have another, though, and Granovo's able to save it off the sidewall. Tcorrell, or excuse me, off the sidewall, off the crossbar over towards the sidewall, I should say. And there's only 20 seconds left. This one is basically done and dusted. That's going to center out for Og. He's going to have to get something on the board, and they need it with time remaining in order for there to be hope. But that clear is going to waste so much time. The pinch does go hard off the backboard, but it's too little too late. It is going to be Team Tcorrell with a dominant sweep, clearing their way through Team Gear and finding themselves in the finals.
Yeah, and I mean, I think on paper you expected this result, but this dominant is something else. It didn't feel like at any point the series fell a little bit out of control, or it felt like, oh, they could make a comeback here. It just felt the entire time Team Tcorrell was in the driving seat. They always found the solo plays, always found each other. Were really never on defense able to get the 3-0 sweep.
Fantastic showing from the team as a whole. You know, everyone put in their part. Everyone did what they needed to. Most highlights being supplied by Tcorrell, but it's not all about the highlights. What it's about is just scoring incredible goals and just showing up defensively. Team Tcorrell took care of it on both sides of the field. And, you know, just off of that, it is really hard to bet against them going into the final.
It definitely, I think they look like the favorite. I think on paper, a lot of people would argue they're the favorite, though there's some that might not. But, you know, what's on paper doesn't really matter, because the final is where everything gets intense. It's where the best Rocket League is. We're going to see it next time with the final.
shit on the headlight. Dropping that shit on the headlight.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm McMaster. Alongside me is, Box, but it represents the collective Tcorrell, Gyro, 22 Power, and Condra. We have the two captains with us, and we are going to lead off with Gyro, who won the first series of the night in Game 5. I got to ask, were you able to scout out last series? Was there anything in particular that you guys saw that you're hoping to implement into this upcoming series?
Honestly, no. I think we'll be chilling. We just need to play a little better.
Fair enough. Fair enough. My question for you coming into this: how's the confidence feeling? You get that Game 5 win in OT, a nail biter. You get the OT conversion after reverting it. How does it feel? What's the confidence at?
I think we feel pretty good. We probably should just we just need to lock in a little bit sooner. I think we were kind of trolling at the beginning, so I'm pretty sure we're pretty confident. We'll just have to see how we do against T's team.
Which is entirely fair, and Tcorrell, you guys lit it up on the scoreboard. It played exceptionally well. Do you plan on hitting about 7 more doubles this series, just like last one, or what's your plan offensively here?
I mean, if I can, then yeah, sure. But I mean, we're just gonna kind of play our game and see what happens.
And then on the side of adaptation, is there anything you guys are looking to bring into this series that you didn't do last series, or are you trying to play the same game plan?
I think we're just gonna go and do the same thing, hopefully.
Fair enough. And then lastly, for you two guys, is there anything that you guys want to say to each other before the matchup starts?
Good luck, man. You're gonna need it.
Yeah,
We're
you're
coming.
gonna need it, buddy. Get ready.
There it is. That's what I was hoping for. That's gonna go great on all socials. Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are good to head on
Yeah,
back to
for
the
sure.
teams. Thank you both for your time. Best of luck to both of you. And I'm interested to see how this one plays out.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
That was Gyro and Tcorrell. We're currently just waiting on the players to join, but if you guys haven't been around with us throughout the course of the evening, this is the bracket as it currently sits. To start things out tonight, we had Team Gyro win against Team J. A couple of question marks surrounding that series. Specifically, there was an overturned game due to a disconnected in overtime that Team Gyro were actually able to revert back into their favor, and then they took Game 5 in an overtime game that was extremely close, while Team Tcorrell mopped Team Gear early on, and now we have the top 2 seeds here battling out in the grand finals. Condra, what in the world do you make of this mess? Who do you think is taking this?
I mean, Tcorrell's team, they had such a dominant performance, but when the ice was needed, it was there for Team Gyro. Every overtime, they were able to find it. I think if this game is anywhere near as close as Team Gyro's previous game, they have it in 7.
And it's good that you emphasize that. This is a best of 7 series between these two teams. Everyone is on the field in the right position, thankfully. It was cut extremely close by players going in and out. But this is set for a best of 7. Every single team, or each of the 2 teams, I should say, has a timeout at their disposal. I'm interested to see just how Team Gyro was staying warm throughout the course of last game. But at the moment, it is Bosco striking first, and Team Tcorrell are picking up where they left off.
Yeah, exactly how you want to see. Big challenge win, and then Bosco immediately there. Patty didn't make contact with it, and Gyro was playing Patty's 50. It just doesn't come through, and he's caught on the goal line.
That's a hot start right there. Just an absolute rocket towards net that ends up finding its way through. Looking to answer back is Patty, collecting that corner boost. Hard off the ceiling. The pass actually clears across the net. Will be collected by Gyro, trying to set her out for flying, but Kronovi is there first. Now here comes Tcorrell. Does end up losing the challenge as he's bumped off the ball. Patty will try to play patient up against Bosco. The 50 ends up centering it out. Flying has limited boost. Tries to find the bottom right corner, but Tcorrell is there just in the nick of time. And that's one of the things we saw happen a lot during the course of last series, were a lot of last-second saves, but they came through with consistency. It was never a last-second save that was with panic that we saw from Team Tcorrell.
Yeah, the last-second save's able to find it away. They're going to need to find it away here. It goes off the bar and post, but Kronovi does a good job there to clear the ball. Still on the ball, gets it away. Flying now has to reset the attack. low boost, passes it over to Patty. Patty catches them out though. Patty trying to go with speed, trying to be unpredictable as always. Flying, fakes it for Gyro, who takes it up high. Gyro now looks to fake. No, one more touch to Flying, who just pops it up. Still looks much better for Team Gyro than at the start of the game.
Flying's now bumped off the ball, and Team Tcorrell will take possession. Tries to get the reset, does go under 2. Only one defender back. It is Flying, but Kronovi doesn't have the angle to work with the ball. Instead, takes it towards the sidewall, looks to set up a solo effort. Ceiling reset, fakes around 1, shot on target, saves off the post by Flying. Rebound from Tcorrell, denied as well. Good double save from Flying to keep this at a 1-goal game. Patty looks to transition out. 50 goes hard all the way up towards the ceiling. Kronovi will have space to work with, and will get the clear over towards the sidewall.
And it's not just Team Tcorrell with the goal line defense. You saw it there. Team Gyro is known for their goal line defense, but they need to not double commit. If they can go one at a time, if they can prevent that, they have a real shot at this series. Now it's going to be Flying. Other end, air dribble, denied by Tcorrell. Kronovi into the air. And right now, it just feels like Team Tcorrell on defense feels a little untouchable.
Tcorrell's going to have a second touch now off the sidewall. Bosco just looking to get in the way of Gyro, trying to be a lead blocker for his teammates. Kronovi, I mean, look at the boost totals at the moment. Kronovi finally collecting one in the opposite corner, as did Bosco, but the bumps are going to remove him from the field of play. Kronovi is getting harassed as well, but still has the save coming from the sidewall inside his own net. 50 against Gyro, goes hard into the corner where Patty will receive it. Goes underneath Tcorrell, bumped off the ball, and Bosco will keep possession. Pass towards Kronovi, going to be cleared by Flying. Bosco with the redirect, it's towards net. Kronovi the extra touch just off the post. Extremely close call, almost 2-0, but at the moment we still remain at a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, some really creative passing there. That would have been a great play if it went through, but Kronovi, it was just off the post. Now Gyro underneath 1. Fake for Flying. Flying now takes it around bottom corner. Can he find it? No, we saw the dribbling play earlier in overtime. He found it there. This time the defense a little too good at forcing him on the opposite side. Now it's going to be Gyro. He has it away. Looks for the 50, but nothing there. Tcorrell turns on him, flicks early. Flying, ready for it. Gyro now into the air. Low boost. He looks for a pass, but these strong challenges, once again, Team Tcorrell just doesn't lose 50s.
Patty up next up against Kronovi, does win the challenge into the corner. Bosco's going to be first to it. A double commit comes through from Bosco and from Kronovi. Gyro with boost, wins the 50 and beats Tcorrell over the top. It's an opportunity now with only Kronovi on the backboard. It's a bump out in front, but Flying shot is simply too light. Positioning made that very hard to get power behind the touch, and the flying from Demo actually ends up clearing it around Patty. Tcorrell trying to fake down low. Instead, taken away by Gyro. Patty waiting in the wings up top. Bosco's there to meet him. The 50 extremely neutral, but Flying winning it over towards the corner. Doesn't have an extra shot. It'll be Gyro with another 50 once more. Tcorrell towards the ceiling. Final 60 seconds. Gyro trying to set up his teammates. It's Patty to take it out wide. No shot on target.
Yeah, I mean, such disciplined defense from Team Tcorrell. They always know who's going. They never double commit. They all go one at a time. They get strong touches to prevent the attack from staying. Now it's going to be Flying. He takes another dribble into the air. A little bit desperate from Gyro behind him. Now Tcorrell tries to take time with it. Just a soft touch, and Patty's able to read it. Now Tcorrell up. Flying has it away. Gyro 1v1. Can he do it? Kronovi now trying to help out, and he gets the goal line save. The reset. I don't think Gyro got it there. Tcorrell tries to put it high. Patty now double tap. Mid. Gyro shot it in. They tie it with 19 seconds left.
It just felt like a matter of time. So much pressure and such an elongated possession coming through on the side of Team Gyro. And it is Gyro sending it on through. 1 goal apiece. 19 seconds left here in game number 1. Off the kickoff, Bosco with a great cheat up. Gyro, though, is able to take it out wide. Kronovi on the retreat, looks to challenge first. On the pop-up, Gyro's there for the pre-jump, but does not have it read. Patty will play the retreat game, and now it's a matter of seeing, does a team take this in regulation? Tcorrell popped it up, no teammate there to receive it. Bosco, once again, another touch, but it is going to be an offensive possession in favor of Team Gyro. 1 touch from him, it's dropping down in front. Gyro kept it up somehow, but no one can get there, and overtime strikes in game 1.
Yeah, and the way Team Gyro got that goal, they broke them down one by one. But then Patty, that wild card, came through with that corner double. Nobody expected it, able to get it mid for his teammates. Just beat everybody in the lobby with pure speed. Now he's looking for past one. Oh no, Flying has DC'd again in overtime. I'm starting to get deja vu. Gyro has it away. Hopefully he can come back in time. He does. Thankfully, no goal scored. No referee decision needed. We still have overtime.
However, Bosco's looking to end it. Gyro able to retreat back in time. Tcorrell looked like he might have had an opportunity at a shot. Instead, he's going to elect to get a demo onto Gyro. It is now Bosco with possession to the backboard in search of a double. Not going to be available to him. Flying, he's able to take it away. Patty sails over the top of the ball. Now here comes Tcorrell. One more touch afforded to him to the backboard. Both Flying and Gyro in the same position, but they keep the ball out wide and away from a threatening position. This one out in front, saved away by Patty. Offense now starting to mount in favor of Team Tcorrell. Here he is once again attacking. Ceiling pitch double on the waterfall, able to be taken away by Gyro. Does get a sidewall double as well to mix up the pace of play. And now Flying has an opportunity on his own to the backboard once more. Kronovi will deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, I once again almost got deja vu, but Patty finds the back of the net. What a great demo from Flying. Takes out Tcorrell. They break the defense down. Kronovi's touch wasn't the best. It allowed Patty into the play. Flying never looked back, always trusted his teammate to find the back of the net.
What a comeback for Team Gyro. They were down for a vast majority of that game, but with 19 seconds left, they got the tire, and there, thanks to the demo, find an open net. 1-0, the series lead for Team Gyro.
Yeah, and I mean, Flying there, he has 0 goals on 6 shots, but his shooting, you know, he was just putting the ball on target, finding demos afterwards, creating opportunities for his teammates, creating space. We saw it for the tying goal. I believe he got a demo there to allow the space to open up for Patty to go for the double tap, for Gyro to score the open net. Then on the other end, we saw it clearly. Flying on that back wall, took out Tcorrell. He's been a vital part of this offense and making it happen, making the offense flourish into a frenzy.
Yeah, overall, though, it was a great comeback. And Team Tcorrell, they still had plenty of opportunities on their own. It was a very complete team game. 3 shots apiece, 2 goals apiece. Everyone was doing their part, just simply could not cross the line in game number 1. They have a lot of opportunities still in this series, as it is slated for a best of 7 and a timeout if necessary, you know, assuming that were to come through. But at present, we do find ourselves here in game number 2. Forbidden Temple, the map of choice here, as Team Gyro looks to expand upon this 1-game lead. Off kickoff, Bosco and Tcorrell try that double kickoff. It leaves Patty with the shot instead, but it's a routine save from Bosco.
Yeah, nice save from Bosco there. Low boost, so he had to do well, but he's done well. Gyro now fakes past one, Flying up for it, looks for the double mid. Tcorrell denies him. But, you know, Team Gyro, they stole away that last game. It was 19 seconds away from being a game 1 win for Team Tcorrell. That has to take some momentum away. Flying tries to push it on target, but Bosco had it away himself. Now it's going to be Gyro, upfield to Patty. Double tap available? No. Denied by Bosco. Still, Tcorrell, he's unable to get contact with it, so Flying has to turn. He gets a touch. Gyro now flip reset double. No. Just doesn't fall through. The cards weren't on the table. Gyro now touch away from the defense, and this is nice possession from Team Gyro. Some nice fakes, but Kronovi denies it in the end.
Now here comes Kronovi up top. Ceiling pinch. Going to be read by Gyro. Excuse me, not read by Gyro. It's taken away by Tcorrell. And now Patty all the way back downfield. Wins the challenge up against Bosco and demos him for good measure. Tcorrell now met by Gyro. Kronovi going to take it out wide. Bosco, 1 touch. Going to collect in the corner with a little bit of boost in the tank. Collect the mid boost and now can get to work. Space to work with on the ceiling. Extra touch on the pop-up. It's to Tcorrell to the backboard once more. Looking for bumps. It's Kronovi with the shot. Double tap. Not quite on target. Good offensive possession being formed there by Team Tcorrell. But when you thought it was going through, there was just a mild inaccuracy. Kronovi looks to answer back, but the reset saved this time by Flying. Great defense thus far from Team Gyro.
Yeah, the defense was great. Tcorrell tried to be a little unselfish there. He put it back well, then he looked for a demo. Kronovi went for the double tap. I would have preferred to just see it go on target at some point, right? Get the shots on the board, because at the end of the day, if you can find the bumps, if you can keep the offense going, make the defense panic, because Team Gyro, they have been prone to panicking, but Bosco with the Zen touch, but can't get it around. Now Patty, he's a little out of position. Wait, it's going to be in the net. Double commit in the corner, and Tcorrell catches it immediately.
Interesting decisions here from the defense. Flying and Patty just finding themselves taking the same exact route, and there is no Gyro to be seen. He was collecting boost, barely got to the back post by the time the shot even came through. That is a freebie on the side of Tcorrell, and they're going to look to expand upon this lead as well off the kickoff as Tcorrell receives it and demos Patty. 3v2 temporarily, but look at this pass towards Gyro. Kronovi will intercept. Flying, waiting back, 1 touch towards the sidewall. Here comes Bosco. He's being chased by Gyro. It's a 1-on-1 on the dribble. Flying on the pop-up extremely high. Patty will follow, trying to center it out for Gyro, but the flick from Flying was simply too much, and the offense is going to fizzle out.
Yeah, the offense fizzling out there, and we talked about it before, the double commits being the bane of Team Gyro's existence, and they double committed into the corner leading to the goal. They have to make sure the defense is set. They have to make sure they know where each other are. Patty, being that wild card, a bit out of position, nobody was ready for it. I'm not even sure if he was ready for it, but now it's going to be up to Flying in the corner. He looks for it past Bosco, unable to get there. Gyro, low boost, Flying now into the air. 100 boost, denied by Bosco. Upfield, Kronovi unable to make contact with that one. It was a little fast and a little too high for him. Now it's going to be Tcorrell. He's up first to it. Double tap. He looks for another one. It's off the back wall. Flying denies him. What a 50 win. Now on the other end, Kronovi has to play defense. He's getting bumped. He gets the boost stolen from him. Gyro, back wall. Bumps coming through. The ball going everywhere, but into the net. Now Tcorrell up high, gets a 50, Flying, plays it under. Can he get one more? He looks for another bump, just causing chaos out in front. He looks for the redirect, unable to get there. Still Team Gyro trailing.
This still looks a little bit similar to last game. Most of the game, Team Gyro spent down, but the question is, can they fight back? And who knows how last second of a goal it will be, assuming they even get one on the board. It will be Patty passing out towards Gyro to try to get this offensive momentum started. Shut down immediately by Bosco. Infield pass from Patty towards Flying. 50 hard off the ceiling. Tcorrell there to receive and clear out wide. Gyro one touch. Tcorrell and Bosco both up for the ball. The double commit could prove to be a little bit of an issue if Team Gyro can break through. But due to that 50 going all the way towards the ceiling, it slows down the pace of play from Team Gyro, and Bosco once again sends it down into the far corner. Shot on target. The demo makes sure that it is through. Tcorrell has his and the team's second.
Yeah, some basic Rocket League coming through. Bosco takes the 100, looks for the demo, gets the guy in net, and then all of a sudden the shot's just going to go in at the end of the day. They needed to take possession there. They needed to not allow Team Tcorrell to get those shots on target, to collect that boost, to find those demos. Otherwise, it's going to double the lead. Now Flying, he's trying to get a ceiling pinch to go his way, but denied by Bosco. Patty to this right side. Kronovi has it covered. Gyro, 100 boost. What can he do with it? Forces his way to the right wall, but just bumped off the play. Tcorrell now, he 50s. Patty shot over the bar, just barely. Bosco got a finger on it. Now on the other end, Kronovi up early, denied. Gyro has it aside, but with 30 seconds left, they need this into offense. Tcorrell tries to take time with it, tries to deny them of such an idea. Still, with 20 seconds left, it's in the middle. It's an opportunity. Patty keeps the play alive. Flying turns on it. They need it now. They need it more than ever. Gyro, the pre-jump, it's going to fizzle out. Patty tries to follow, but 10 seconds. The defense holding on, just taking time. Tcorrell has it to the side, and that's going to be game 2.
Incredible defense coming through on the side of Team Tcorrell. This is, unless something crazy changes here in the last second, this is going to be a shutout in favor of Team Tcorrell. A great answer back after dropping what looks like, game 1 looks like it should have belonged to Team Tcorrell. They did end up dropping it, but to fight back and take this game in a shutout, not let that first game get to them, that's a great response.
Yeah, I mean, you see it. They just played a standard game. They never looked that troubled on defense. There was moments where they were a little panicky, got the ball away, but at the end of the day, everything looked cool, calm, and collected. It looked like they were going about their business, just taking goals as they came. And there was those double commits on defense that really caused Team Gyro to falter. It was that miscommunication on defense that really caused them to falter as well.
Yeah, just tough all around, but ultimately, the game is won by Team Tcorrell. The defense is able to hold regardless of all that pressure coming through late from Team Gyro. A good overall showing from the group in orange. And we find ourselves tied up in this series 1 game apiece. There is, by the way, again, for those of you who may not know, it's this set for best of 7. Each team does have a minute timeout to use at their disposal, but due to game 1 and 2 being traded, it's effectively been made a best of 5 all over again.
Yep. And both these teams playing in previous BO5s, one was a sweep, one was a nail biter that arguably wasn't even, their game 5, but the history books say otherwise. Flying now, he tries to win it through the corner. Bosco takes time with it, looks for it on target. Patty has it away. Kronovi turns on it, shot off the bar, denied by Flying. Now it's going to be Flying on this ball, just tries to take his time, 100 boost available into the air, flip reset, denied by Bosco. These strong challenges once again from Team Tcorrell. Now it's going to be Kronovi, double tap, denied by Gyro, and back and forth gameplay so far, neither team able to get a foothold on offense.
Yeah, but look at the demo starting to come through on the side of Team Tcorrell. They weren't able to take advantage of that 3-on-1 situation, and Bosco with the pass back. Unsure if that was intentional or not. It might open up an opportunity here as Gyro wins at 50 from the corner. Patty, no touch, but it ends up being perfect as it falls into the lap of Flying, and he'll convert upon it.
Yeah, they tried these fakes last game. They weren't as effective, but this time Patty in such a dominant position, such a striking position, he fakes it out. It allows Flying to get the much better shot past the defense that was already pre-jumping. A great team play for the first goal.
Now right away off the kickoff, it is going to be Bosco to receive it, looking to answer back in kind. Plenty of boost to work with. Does have Kronovi waiting in the wings, but is 50'd out wide by Patty. Gyro looking to pass downfield. It is Patty to receive it as well. On the pre-flip towards net. Two. Strong for Bosco, and Patty will double the lead.
Patty's got to have the strongest shots in this tournament, because that pinch, then that shot in overtime, and now this one, just so much power. Bosco could not believe that Patty got that much power generated behind the ball.
Fantastic shot coming through from Patty. 2 on the board now for Team Gyro, and a great response towards dropping that game number 1, towards dropping game 2. But Tcorrell and company are able to get that through off passes and physical plays. These offenses are just firing on all cylinders at present.
And once again, that double commit on offense, Gyro and Patty combining, but neither gonna touch on the ball, so leaves Flying all alone. He has to play the shot. He does well to get the first save, but the ball just trickles out in front of the box, and there's really nothing he can do.
Gyro now winning the challenge. It'll be Kronovi taking his time from the backboard. Plenty of boost to work with as well, and given space, does beat Patty over the top. Tries falling, but runs out of boost in the meantime. Gyro pass out wide towards Flying. Will clear it even further. Team Gyro switching sides of play more than once. Flying with an attempted redirect, not going to find its way through. Patty's the only one left back, and the boost could prove to be an issue, but he is able to get the backboard read as Bosco's touch from the ceiling drops down and not in front of the net. That touch going off the corner hard. Gyro taking his time. Boost to work with as well. On the carry. Around 1. Around 2. It's out in front. It is so awkward for the defense, but still Tcorrell able to deny it. Pressure starting to mount once again for Team Gyro until Tcorrell says no more.
Yeah, they escape out of defense onto offense. Patty tries to take a 50. He wins it there. Gyro has it high. Patty just leaves it. Looks like they're on the same page this time. Gyro triple tap with the reset. Just puts it back into the corner. Patty trying to thread in bumps. Tcorrell low boost. Flying now off the ceiling. Bosco has it away. Gyro turns on it. 50 comes through. Bosco looks one more. Kronovi, big 50. Now it's going to be Gyro. Patty trying to combine there on offense. Flying into the air now. Solo play master. Can he do it once again? No. Denied by Tcorrell. Now Patty's shot's going to be denied by the post. We've seen it before. It happens once again. He just can't get past that post. Always finds the power. Gyro now. Flip reset. Air dribble. Can't get it around Tcorrell. He's really been the the light tower for Team Tcorrell.
Tcorrell now trying to center things out. It is Flying to take it away. He'll go off the sidewall as well. Clear all the way downfield. Bosco trying to receive it as Kronovi on the extra touch, but that will result in a back pass. Extra touch off the ceiling and control down towards Patty. 50 hard off the sidewall. Just going towards the net, but Tcorrell able to respond in time. Set off the sidewall once more. Here comes Flying with an opportunity to the backboard. Kronovi, what a read, and that nuke downfield might just be on target. It is, but Gyro is back in time. Good play, able to retreat in time. Now 50'd off the ceiling. Patty in control only for a small moment of time. It's Kronovi towards net, off the backboard. Gyro to clear high.
Yeah, and I really like that play from Gyro there. He saw Patty spawn. He allows Patty to grab the 100. Instead of making the selfish play, he goes on low boost. He forces a 50 back to Patty, allows Patty to be activated, right? You don't want Patty to be deactivated because all of a sudden he starts double committing and doing all these strange things that you're unable to read. Now Gyro, he tries to get it across. Bosco, he has it high. Looks one more, but Flying's going to have it to the corner. Now Tcorrell, 100 boost to his name. He can't get it around Patty, though. Bosco, 0 boost. Just hits it hard, but Gyro has it red. Air dribble into the air immediately. Pop reset. One more, no. Denied by Tcorrell. He's been so good on defense, looking to force it into the offense, but denied once again by Flying at the midfield.
In the corner, though, still the ball kind of trembling in limbo for a moment while Tcorrell tries taking care of it. It's Gyro all the way back downfield. Bosco is up for the extra read, but a waterfall's right in front of the net. It's so dangerous, but somehow the defense continues to keep the ball out wide. Might not be for long. Patty out in front once more. The waterfall, Flying, reset, double, trying to center it out from the heavens, but can't quite find the extra touch. Clear it out wide. It'll be Gyro one more time. Into the corner. Extra touch to the backboard. They don't even need a goal. What they need to do is continue wasting time. And all of this offensive pressure is working so well in favor of Team Gyro. They might still find that goal anyways. The dunk onto Tcorrell, it's out in front. Patty is not going to take the shot, just going to try to waste the time as we're down to the final 10.
But Kronovi has it on target, flying, huge save there. Gyro unable to make contact. Now it's going to be Tcorrell. He gets the turn on it. Looks for the shot, denied by Gyro. He clears it all the way. And with 1 second left, that's going to do it. Tcorrell had the pass available, but he goes for the shot. Gyro reads it and able to get that win.
Team Gyro back in front in this series, 2-1, winning a crucial game number 3. 5 saves from Tcorrell, just trying to do what he can defensively, but offensively, him and the rest of the team could not make it happen. Crucial victory for Team Gyro, just inching ever closer towards winning this series.
Yeah, it felt like a much more disciplined game from Team Gyro here. You know, they were willing to just play back a little more, find the touches, you know, when they go for a pass, immediately ready to cut. They never lost that killer instinct without double committing, which is good news if you're a Team Gyro fan, because that's exactly what they needed to do, right? You can't allow those double commits in this high of a lobby. Otherwise, they're just going to hit it on target. It's going to go in. Also, that fake passing play, that was beautiful from Patty, just leaving it for flying. Huge IQ play, and then Patty with that big shot there. I think he's the MVP of that game for me.
Absolutely. He showed up on both sides of the field, you know, able to get multiple shots on, got the fake, which led to a shot, and then got the crucial second goal that ended up being the game clincher for that game, as now Team Gyro are enjoying themselves a 2-1 series lead, moving into Utopia Coliseum for game number 4. We did see Team Tcorrell answer back right away in game number 2 after dropping game number 1. You would expect them to obviously try to do the same, and we'll see if they're able to do so. Every single game thus far has been extremely close, and frankly, this is exactly what we wanted. We knew this series would be good. I'm not sure if we could have expected it to be this close.
Yeah, but I'm willing to go all the way. I want to see 7, but will we get 7, or will Team Gyro or Team Tcorrell have other plans? It's going to be Patty. He turns on it. 100 boost, looks to go into the air, but denied by Bosco. Now it's going to be Kronovi. Big 50 win from him. Tcorrell, 50 at midfield, flying, turns on it. Open net, no, off the post, not in. Unable to read if it was going to bounce inwards or not. Unable to find the shot. Flying, denied by the woodwork.
That is absolutely brutal. The shot will not come through as a result. Tough stuff on the side of Team Gyro that would have loved to have an early lead here in game number 4. Really try to pack onto the series lead that they already have, but it is still Gyro continuing the offensive effort. Shut down right away. It'll be Tcorrell up next, now flying from the corner. Extra touch, pinch out across the net. Kronovi does not have a touch. Will find it going across. Gyro, though, has boost and space. Up against Bosco, just delaying the reset. 50'd out wide by Kronovi. The defense respecting Gyro with the space given, but you can't do that because Flying and Patty are more than capable of putting a play together themselves.
Yeah, what a pass from Flying. What a shot from Patty. Just bottom right every time. He's just a striker at heart. And it feels like this offense has the perfect amount of flair with the perfect amount of team play involved. They get everybody on offense. They find the back of the net almost every time. Once they get set in, they're never locked out.
Absolutely correct, but now, I mean, there's still so much time left on the board, and Bosco, you know, was trying to hunt the corner boost, but the demo ended up taking Tcorrell off the field of play, just having to reset the offense now back into their own half. It's Bosco towards the ceiling, has boost. Gyro's got nothing, still able to make a great read from the backboard. Tcorrell maintaining the possession, tries faking underneath one, but Gyro on no boost is not biting on anything, elects to play the ball nice and close, continues playing the 50s as Patty looks to start up something. Kronovi into the corner once more, flying up top, has space to work with around Tcorrell. Tcorrell with a great touch to make sure the ball escapes high around the net. The threats right now from Team Gyro, are in number, but the clear comes through.
Yeah, all 3 players so mechanical. This is the most high-powered mechanical team in this tournament, in my opinion. So we're going to need to see some more passing, I think, out of Team Tcorrell here. If they want to have a chance, it's going to be Bosco. He just clears it downfield, trying to get set into offense. Gyro has it away, into the air. Reset, Musty, double reset, no. Denied by Tcorrell. Off to the side now from Kronovi. Patty tries to pick up on the slack, 100 boost to Gyro, double commit from Flying though. Now they could get onto the offense, but Tcorrell unable to make contact. The threats numerous. He wasn't able to keep up with the play. Now it's going to be Bosco. He tries to get past the midfield line. He does so. Patty commits on it. A nice touch to clear the danger away. Now it's got to be Flying, right side. Looks one more. Kronovi and Tcorrell combining, but Flying steals that boost. Still, Tcorrell in the air had enough. Gyro now to the side, and this passing play doesn't come through. Kronovi has it denied. Tcorrell on target. Is that going to be in? It is. The defense breaks down.
I believe there was actually a bump on the backline here. I think Kronovi was able to get one. He ended up going hunting for Gyro as the pass and shot end up coming through. It was indeed a crucial bump from Kronovi that opened things up, and Tcorrell with the tough angle does slot it on home to tie us once again.
Yeah, nice bump from Kronovi there. Really made the extra play. Once again, they've had those before. They had it in game 2. The shot on target from Tcorrell. Someone goes upfield, finds a bump, right? It's the most classic play in Rocket League, one of the most modern plays in Rocket League. Now Flying, he's going to look for one more, but denied away from Bosco. Now Tcorrell up into the air. He's been dangerous here before, but just a hard position to make anything happen. Still, Gyro in the air, looks one more, looks controlled as ever, but doesn't make contact with him. Maybe got the fake instead. Flying, looking one more. Tcorrell gets demoed. Flying, fakes it. Patty, double tap, no. Bosco, a nice touch. Denies Gyro the follow-up. And still, Team Gyro looking to try to get a lead.
Solid 50 as Flying, he just has the ball in the corner. Bosco with the 50. Tcorrell up against Patty. Still in a dangerous position. The boost slowly starting to whittle away on the side of Team Tcorrell, while everyone else on the side of Team Gyro has as much as they can ask for. Positionally, they are owning the orange half at the moment. Tcorrell with a great opportunity here. Plenty of boost in the tank. Takes the fake. Tries going underneath Gyro with the reset, but unable to do so. Kronovi now trying to mount the offense more on the drop down from the ceiling. It'll be Patty to clear out wide. An offensive possession being maintained. It's not something we've seen that often from Team Tcorrell in this game, but they might break through. Somehow Patty able to get a save on Kronovi's shot. 30 to go. Still at a deadlock.
Yeah, a necessary double commit. They smelt the danger. They go immediately. Now it's got to be Kronovi. He takes a dribble into the air, looks for the mechanics, but denied. Bosco now shot on target, denied by Patty this time. Patty with the follow-up, Flying, takes it away. 10 seconds remaining. It has to be Gyro. He looks, one more, takes time with it. 0 boost 50. He wins it out. Kronovi, 4 seconds remain. He looks for it past the defense. 0-second drill. Tcorrell up into the air. Bosco, flip reset. Double tap. No. Tcorrell keeps it alive though in the corner. They can't put this ball down. Team Gyro's trying desperately to get control. Now it's Kronovi. He keeps it alive. Bosco, we're in overtime.
Is the second overtime of this series as well. The first one did go in favor of Team Gyro, and that was in game number 1. They look to do the same here, but not if Bosco has anything to say about it. He passed out towards Kronovi. He's looking for Bosco on the give and go opportunity. Gyro towards the backboard, does get the extra touch. End up taking it towards the sidewall. Kronovi up top. Bosco eliminating Patty from the field of play, but not Flying, and Flying is able to take control of it. Underneath one, has Gyro waiting in the wings on the pop-up to the backboard. Gyro, no double top. Patty the follow, shut down by Tcorrell, trying to get back as well as Flying. He will retreat, collect boost, and he'll restart.
Yeah, I mean, Tcorrell on the defensive end has been so imperative. He's been sniffing out every shot opportunity, being able to clear it every time. Now it's got to be Gyro. He goes for it. Misses the ball though, maybe a fake for Flying, it's hard to tell. Gyro now on the other end, is it open? Flying gets the demo, the go-ahead goal, the overtime win. Flying finds the demo and Gyro finds the back of the net.
And if I remember correctly, just like game 1, it is another it's another demo play in overtime to get the victory. And Team Gyro now go on to match point. A crucial victory comes through. Patty, once again, the MVP. 4 saves to his name. Played outstanding defense. The defense as a whole from Team Gyro was outrageous, and they put a bunch of pressure onto Team Tcorrell. Something's going to have to change here, and I don't see a signal for a timeout just yet. Team Tcorrell may just let it roll.
Yeah, I mean, once again, the overtime wins. The ice coming out from Team Gyro is insane. If you don't count the discredited overtime, they are 4 for 4 on overtime conversions, just like a Wendy's offer. They cannot lose in overtime. They find the place, they find the ice. They're always a little more locked in, always have that poise to find the back of the net, specifically Flying on these solo plays, these demos. He seems to always create the opportunity in overtime.
I gotta be honest, I'm looking at the chat right now. I was asking how they thought we were doing, and everyone is saying bring back Kronovo. So we might have to do it. I mean, we might have
for the
to.
low price
they need it for luck.
For the low price of 100 gifted subs, we'll bring back Kronovo. For the low price.
I'm at least gonna acknowledge they said it. If someone actually gifted 100 subs, I would go nuts. But regardless of that, we're going to lock back in. It is the Aqua Dome. There is no timeout called. Off the kickoff, Bosco tried a very hard cheat up, but not going to find a shot. It'll be flying to the backboard. Attempt the double, denied by Tcorrell. Bump comes through, and that means Tcorrell has space to work with. On the reset, up against Patty. Can't get around one, but Kronovi keeps the possession rolling downfield. Bosco, limited boost. It's a pass towards Tcorrell. Good team play. Back to Bosco. Saved in front, but the rebound opportunity is there. Beautiful passing by Team Tcorrell.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Bosco to Tcorrell, Bosco on target. Patty denies him. I'm surprised Patty even got the save there, but Tcorrell with an easy follow-up. Patty needed that ball to stay next to him, or next to Gyro at least. It didn't. It trickles out in front of net. A nice kickoff play to start Team Tcorrell on the comeback.
Nothing this time, Patty up against Bosco. Neither player with any boost, but Patty is able to walk away with the ball until the bump comes through, and Kronovi is able to come through with the follow-up. Centered out in front. Patty, no touch available. Gyro recognizes it and is able to have the follow. Towards the sidewall now. One touch from Tcorrell is taken away by Flying, and now Gyro with an extra, but Kronovi is there for the 50 once more. Patty, shot, kicked out wide. Kronovi going to take his time, looking for the extra touch. What a pre-flip that would have been, but it does not come through. Two players commit now, and the bump on a Kronovi could open things up. It's Patty with just a simple shot, while Gyro's hunting for bumps on the back line. Tcorrell in position for that save. So much pressure from Team Gyro, but they still cannot quite beat out this defense.
Yeah, but we saw it before. The pressure builds up over time. If it's not this attack, then it's the next attack. What a shot from Flying, by the way. Bosco was ready for it somehow, some way. He knew Flying would put that top corner from the corner. Able to save it away, but it happens every time. They're able to claw their ways back into this game. They're able to get the overtime wins afterwards. It's up to Team Tcorrell to extend this lead. I don't think one is safe.
Here comes Kronovi all the way downfield. I'd have to agree with you. One goal is not safe. Not at all. Not with the way the offense has been showing up for Team Gyro. Not just in terms of their passing plays, but their solo efforts and the demo plays especially. That's where they've really been strong, is by bringing out the physical nature of this game. And if they're able to do so, you can absolutely see a comeback. But at the moment, it's being implemented just better by the side of Team Tcorrell. That touch does go awry, however. Team Tcorrell going to try to get it out wide, but Bosco, unlimited boost, going to take his time over towards the sidewall now. Tcorrell up top, boost to work with, up against Flying, looking for the dunk, does have it, but it does not find its way over towards the net. Just under 3 minutes to go. The lead at the moment for Team Tcorrell is still intact, but they would love to get some insurance.
Yeah, but they've had quality opportunities this game. It hasn't been too far and few in between. They're able to figure out who's going, who's figuring out the passes, who's finding the bumps. They're able to put it all together right now. Still, Bosco looking for a bump up field. Patty takes his time with it. Tcorrell turns. Kronovi now takes a 50. Right side, Gyro's on low boost, and they've been doing a good job of controlling this boost game. Gyro is still able to get a touch on the ball. Patty pre-flips his way through that one. Able to win the challenge. Looks for the follow-up. Unable to get a bump. Flying denied. Now Gyro into the air. A nice touch. A really solid first touch, but Kronovi, zero boost on the goal line. It's not a problem. He's able to clear it away. Flying now. He puts it high and across. Gyro into the air. Is called upon. Bumped off the ball, though. He looks one more. Patty with the turn-in. Can he get it on target? Gyro denied by Kronovi. Still trailing by one.
So much pressure coming through from Team Gyro, but they cannot get through the defense, although the demo might open things up. It's Gyro to the ceiling. The extra touch, double tap, not available. Tcorrell still has it locked and loaded. It'll be cleared over towards the backboard. Now shot from Flying, turned out wide by Kronovi once more. He'll follow up as well with a further touch all the way downfield. Gyro, one touch, playing patient. Demo onto Bosco, could open things up. Tcorrell up next to it, wins the 50 and has the pop into the air. Dropping down from the ground pinch, it'll be flying up next to it. Bosco, another interception. Patty, one more touch with control up against Kronovi. Fakes low, but Kronovi is still able to adjust and make the play happen. Team pinch towards net. Awkward for Bosco, but he will receive it, although on low boost.
Yeah, deja vu once again, another team pitch, but this is what happens. They start to heat up in these final moments, start to come up with more creative ideas as the challenge in front of them gets more daunting. Gyro now, he has it left side. It's going to be Kronovi, tries to pass in field, but denied by Patty. Now Tcorrell just takes his time from the back wall. He loves doing this. Bumped off the ball, though. Still, Flying wasn't ready for the bump to come through. So he was pre-jumped. It's going to be a little hard to get set on offense here for either team. Bosco tries to put it on offense. Patty now, 100 boost. He just plays it to his corner. 40 seconds remain. Patty touches there. A high pinch, but it's a bit awkward. Kronovi on target, but it was just kind of soft. So it's able to get cleared. Now it's going to be Gyro. One more touch comes through. A great 50. Flying. One-on-one. Tcorrell, what do you got? Denied. Tcorrell so good on the defensive end, always finding a piece of the ball.
However, they are still facing a bunch of pressure out in front. Crucial touch from Kronovi to clear out wide. Final seconds inbound. Tcorrell taking out towards the corner. Patty winning the 50, but is in front of the ball and can't find the bump onto Bosco. That clear is going to waste valuable time. Gyro going to have to reset from his own backboard. One touch to the sidewall. Tcorrell up next. Going to be kept alive by Patty, who has boost and space. Bosco's up with Kronovi and Gyro. Flying one-on-one up against Tcorrell. Early challenge from Bosco from the side. Might just shut this down. Gyro, though, is still able to keep the possession alive. Limited boost. Kronovi's there. Can't still shut it down. Somehow it's kept alive, but Kronovi is going to try to ensure it. Patty is still keeping it alive. Flying with boost. Has Gyro waiting in the wings. They have to go coast to coast on the reset. Interrupted. Patty up next. The shot just to the backboard. Kronovi another clear. Bosco up. Doesn't have it. Kronovi another 50. This 0-second drill been going on seemingly forever, but Gyro does not have the read. And now Team Tcorrell have their first of what needs to be 3 straight wins.
Yeah, and I mean, they fought for that one. They clawed to get that to the ground. Team Gyro was not having any of it. Unable to read the bounce off the ceiling, though, will kill it. But once again, it just seems like they get a little more locked in as the game starts to edge away from them a little bit, right? You start to lose the game and you realize I need a goal now, and they start to really lock in on offense, get really creative ideas, but they're able to hold on. Some nice team plays from Tcorrell and Team Tcorrell, and some really good defense in general. They're able to hold the back line. They're able to play the solo plays. Flying had that one opportunity at 20 seconds left. Tcorrell just challenges, doesn't buy any of it. Then the next time Flying has that solo play on 0 seconds, he's extremely focused on Tcorrell. But then all of a sudden, Bosco helps out from his blind side, able to take the ball away from him. Some really nice team ideas on defense.
Yeah, and just an overall really good showing from Team Tcorrell. However, a 1-0, 1-0 score line isn't a massive switch in momentum. It's good to be able to shut down the offensive Gyro, though. That seemed to have been the biggest issue for Team Tcorrell up until this point in time. And now we find ourselves going into Game 6 after a 1-0 shutout in favor of Team Tcorrell. Can they continue the comeback? Only one way to find out, and that is by settling it on the field. And right away off kickoff, it is Gyro. The ball was taken away from him. Tcorrell, one extra touch. Patty going to follow it up. It's a pass over towards Flying, who's trying to play the patience game. Slow down the pace of play. Can't get under Bosco. Instead goes through him. Patty's going to go next to the backboard. Could be awkward for the defense. Kronovi and Tcorrell save it as a team, but Flying is there for the rebound. 1-0 for Gyro.
And Patty's just so unpredictable here. You have no idea what he's going for. He didn't go for the shot at all. He just played it off the player instead. Makes them all jumble in front of net. When the ball finally pops out, Flying is there finding the back of the net. Gets the lead. Will that be the last one to end the series?
We'll have to find out, but we know for a fact that this Team Tcorrell is more than capable of putting up goals. Just a matter of whether or not they can withstand the pressure coming back at them, because they cannot afford for this lead to get out of hand. Flying is trying to extend it to a multi-goal lead, but read by Bosco. Gyro and Patty both up. Gyro looking to go for the solo effort. Instead, it's Tcorrell to take it away to the sidewall once more. And unable to get it to a teammate. Flying downfield. Gyro hunting for bumps once more. It's awkward for Bosco. Challenged right away by Patty. Here comes Bosco once more. Boost in the take. Looking for a reset. Does have it over the top. Flying to intercept. Has Patty waiting towards the sidewall, but Tcorrell will intercept, and the ball will just remain around midfield.
Yeah, some nice plays there at midfield to try to force their way through this Team Gyro defense, but they're able to keep pressure somehow, some way, through bumps, through boost grabs, through just unpredictable solo plays. Hard to be Team Tcorrell at this moment. Hard to understand what's going on, especially with all the nerves. Now Bosco, he looks infield. Kronovi, he takes it away. Looks one more. Flying denies him. What a touch. Patty back to Flying. Can they find the back of the net? Denied by Tcorrell. On defense, he has been the ray of hope and sunshine. He's able to find another save.
That was outrageous, and the team effort being shown off there by Team Gyro was extremely strong. Not sure how Tcorrell was able to react in time, but he did do so. The only problem is, it is still a 1-goal deficit that Team Tcorrell face at the moment, and that clear could be crucial. Patty was trying to read a touch from Kronovi, who faked the direction. Smart play, making sure that there was no shot on target off that 50. Flying now, downfield from Bosco. Gyro to intercept. Sidewall double is available. Kronovi's going to be next to it. Pops out wide once more. Switching fields of play. Extra touch into the corner. Gyro's going to grab that boost and simply be able to reset the offense. Under 3 minutes to go. The 1-goal lead still remaining safe for the time being.
Yeah, but how long will that hold? Once again, a wounded animal is the most dangerous. They're looking for the goal the entire time. They're all smelling it. They're trying to get in on offense, but right now, Gyro takes his time with it. It just trickles out in front of net, but no one was there. So crisis averted for now. The lead isn't doubled. Tcorrell now wall dashes, looks for the demo ahead. Kronovi unable to get past Flying, who dodged the demo previously. What a play from Flying to keep the 1-goal lead, but still on defense. Able to get the save there. Gyro, he gets demoed for his heroics. Now it's gotta be Patty. He tries to push it through the corner, unable to do anything with it though. Flying now, left side, Gyro pops it high, Kronovi on target, denied by Patty, but Gyro also committed. Uh-oh, it's on target, another double commit, Gyro has it away, tries to go one more, Tcorrell into the air, fakes it, Flying's there, Kronovi now, right side, denied by Gyro, they're almost out of defense, flip reset, almost does it, but Bosco, strong challenge, keeps them on offense, Patty turns, now it's Tcorrell, what can he do? Flip reset, looks for it, pass Flying, who was bumped to the ceiling, somehow gets the challenge, they're finally out of defense.
That was a great sustained possession coming through on the side of Team Tcorrell. You felt like at some point in time, it had to go for them. It felt inevitable. Instead, it might go against them. However, the shot from Flying is off the post. Kronovi will collect mid-boost, has to avoid bumps, and it's Tcorrell to keep the possession going. Once again, it's a shot out in front, denied by Flying. Bosco trying to recenter. Gyro up top, read by Bosco down from the ceiling. Kronovi first to it, to the sidewall. Patty's going to be first, and the demo opens things up temporarily. Tcorrell intercepted by Flying. Back downfield further. Gyro, possible shooting opportunity, goes low on the ground pitch. Great save, and the team up actually helps alleviate the pressure. Tcorrell now one-on-one against Gyro. Limited boost, hard off the corner wall. Is there a shooter? Kronovi doesn't have it. Bosco doesn't have the read. Shot still trying to come through. It floats from the post, and the in and out save from Flying will leave the net open. The lead is doubled somehow for Team Gyro.
Wow, creativity from Flying just clears it all the way. Tcorrell wasn't expecting it, and Patty's there to finish it off. Flying was also there, probably had it, doubles the lead, and you felt the desperation there. Kronovi, low boost, he flips into net, searching for a demo, searching for any touch on a player, but he doesn't get it, and instead it's back into his net. Now they have to claw back from a 2-goal deficit. They need this one here. They try to get into offense. There's got to be Bosco. He's there, but denied by Patty. Patty looking, one more shot, no. Nothing there, looks for the demo. Kronovi has it denied. Game 7 won't come if they can't get the goals. Flying now. One more touch, no. Denied by Bosco. 30 seconds remain. Kronovi into offense, denied at the midfield. Gyro, 100 boost, just takes time with it. And with 20 seconds remain, they really need to get into offense. Bosco, he has to get the beat here. Now it's got to be Patty. He has an awkward touch into the corner. Gyro's going to be their shot. No pass, it's not either. And it's going to be 9 seconds remaining. They need one. Kronovi unable to make contact with it. And that's going to do it. Will it though? 2 seconds remain. Kronovi turns on it, able to cut the lead in half. Do we have miracles?
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves just yet. I mean, we saw the 0-second drill at the end of last game. It did not result in a goal, but the amount of time that ball spent in the air was pretty mental. We'll see what kind of kickoff strategies come through on both sides. It pitches hard off the ceiling, and Tcorrell's touch goes awry. No 0-second drill to speak of. Team Gyro take it down in 6.
Wow, Team Gyro, everybody stepping up at some point. Maybe not all at the same time, but when you needed Patty, he was there. When you needed Flying, he was there. And it felt like Gyro was kind of always there. He was always playing that third man. Nice touches, some nice solo plays. Overall, Team Gyro played like the best team in this tournament. They deserve the win here in the seasonal showcase.
They played absolutely fantastic Rocket League all throughout the course of not just this series, but this night altogether. For being a randomly drafted team, they had all different kinds of chemistry. They looked fantastic in and out. Not really much else to say other than they strictly earned it. They played extraordinarily well, and that was exactly what we expect from a team of that caliber.
Yeah, Gyro got to draft back-to-back, and he really built the team how he wanted, right? With 2 insanely mechanical players, maybe the 2 most mechanical players in this tournament, which is crazy given the tournament of this caliber, right? But
yeah,
you get those extremely mechy players, and you're able to really calm them down, right? It looked a little bit panicky at the start, especially in that first series on defense, but you're able to build a team chemistry, you're able to team bond, and you're able to find a win in the seasonal showcase.
It was a fantastic showing, and for those of you who may not be familiar with CSA, this is what you should expect when you come into viewing this league. We have some insane talent, top to bottom, in this draft league. And we have now the entirety of the roster of Team Gyro. Gyro, Flying, and Patty. Gentlemen, congratulations on winning the showcase. Fantastic series. Just first thoughts on the win.
Hey,
The
man.
goat.
Couldn't have done it without these guys, man. It was a great time. Yeah, I knew we had it in the bag from the beginning, so happy that we were able to pull it out.
And then I'm here as the event chairperson to let you guys know that our prize pool has been increased through generous donations, and now each of you will be receiving $100 each for winning.
Whoa.
Cheers to
Wow.
that.
There you
Wow,
go.
what the heck?
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to that. whoever-
McDonald's is on
yeah,
me tonight.
Respect.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
So
that's actually-
very
that's actually
glad.
lit.
Any last things from you guys? I mean, you guys absolutely dominated all the way through, looking absolutely crazy. I can't wait to see what you guys can do when you're drafted onto a team. Any last thoughts from you guys?
You saw that 199 pinch?
Yeah, that pinch was
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
sick,
we
dude.
saw that.
What
We
the
saw that.
heck?
All right.
Gold attorney, right? Had to be.
Yeah.
That's the best
So
goal I've
sad.
seen in my life.
So
Okay.
sad the game was
Forget the
already a
tourney.
little,
shit.
a little
What the heck?
I've
gone.
never. I mean, I've casted, RLCS top 32 multiple times over now, all different kinds of collegiate stuff. I've never seen anything mildly close to that. That was ridiculous.
You guys were 17 off the record, at least from one quick Google search. I saw 216 as the highest team pinch. So pretty close, pretty close.
That's crazy.
That's how we get down.
Yeah, man.
And as
I
a
mean,
part of a draft
Yeah,
team.
that was just a taste of our aura.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that was
immediately
tough.
you
That
could
was
sense
tough.
it. There was some chem between Patty and Flying. Like they were just pinching everything the whole time. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a theme throughout.
It's
We
'cause
were
we're both
picking up on
old.
it. It was every game.
Yeah, we're both unk.
Oh, Unk status?
Yep.
The chemistry is too strong.
Yeah, Uncle-chemistry.
Well, I got to give shout-outs where shout-outs are due. Gyro, thank you for being the captain, for being a part of this event. Flying and Patty, thank you for both, taking part in this. Congratulations on the win. I'm giving a little bit of extra props to Patty, though, repping the 3-3-0. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, of course.
What the?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Akron's better.
Akron's my backyard, man, so... But yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the players who showed up tonight. Not just you guys, but all the captains that we had between Tcorrell, Gear, and Jay. The pool that we had: Soares, Peaceful, Bosco, Crow, Og, Mystical, and we had emergency subs ready just in case. Production in the form of AK, Power, likewise. Rob was around here as well, but unfortunately, Rob is injured. So prayers up to him. Hope he's all right. But outside of all that, you guys earned the victory. Celebrate as you wish. Congrats on the winnings. And I don't know how the funds came about, but thank you, donors, for being able to provide these guys with the winnings that they earned.
Yes, and with that will close our CSA Seasonal Show Match Season 2 edition. I can't wait to see what talent we get for Season 3. But for now, get excited for draft. Draft is coming up 8/24. Signups close tonight. Get them in by 11:59 EST. Otherwise, you will not be eligible for draft. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.
Dropping that shit on the headlight.